Hello, this is Miss Candy from TPOT Media. Welcome to Dark XoDus. Dark XoDus. We gotta stop this shit.
Peace, folks, and welcome back to another edition of the Proper Thought series right here on the TPOT YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you knew that already. That's why you are here. Tonight, y'all already know what it is. Tonight is Dark XoDus Live, fighting the female influence. And of course, y'all know on the DXL nights, I usually gather up the usual suspects. And, we have a berserker's barrage up in here. But like I always do, every time I come on here, I start off with thanking you for your contributions to this platform. It is greatly appreciated. I got a few donations last night. Those of you who did give donations, I always sit down, write you a personal little email and all that, unless you super chat. Now, if you super chat, I thank you the same night. But if you hit me up at my Streamlabs or my PayPal, I actually sit down and write you a personal email thanking you and talking shit to you too. But I'll let you know that I am humbled and honored that you see value in this platform, because like I always say, you don't have to spend your hard-earned coins on this platform, but you choose to do so, and it is a great thing. And I will continue to bring you mind-opening content, the content that you see value in. So once again, I am thankful, I am grateful, I am humbled, and I'm honored with the fact that you see value in this platform. So I thank you. So tonight, I got my man BMT. I know it's been a while since y'all seen him up here. What's good, brother BMT in the house?
What's going on, Prophet?
Good,
I'm definitely
man.
happy to be here tonight.
Glad
to be here.
Been a while since my brother been up on here. I've been trying to get at him. It's been some craziness. I don't know what's going on with the email situation, but I got him on here tonight. We're gonna have a few other brothers. I know we scheduled to have my man Jay Shine supposed to come through tonight. Brother Nagone supposed to come through tonight. Gab Talk supposed to come through tonight as well. And also we supposed to have Amiri Brown. Amiri probably won't be here till about 10. Y'all know Amiri Brown from the Great Liberators, right? So he's supposed to be on here tonight as well. So in the meantime, we're going to get into this, man. Like I said, my man, brother BMT is here, so we'll just wait on the other brothers. But so let me ask you, brother BMT, right from the beginning. When you think about female influence on men, what do you think? I mean, what crosses your mind when you hear that?
When I think of female influence on men, I think of the household. I think of the dynamic of the caricatures that's put out in social media. I look at a lot of things that has greatly weighed more female influence over the men. What we need to be, how we should act, how we should judge, how we should carry ourselves around our own women, or how we should even conduct ourselves. Depending on the laws, depending on the setting of the schooling and everything, a lot of things have greatly changed for Black men, how we conduct ourselves with the Black female. So much say that the dynamic of a man getting with a woman. I mean, let social media get a whiff of that. That can greatly weigh your chances of even talking to a female, or depending on whatever situation or circumstances, that can impact the man, where he can out of getting married, out of getting a home with a woman. It's good and bad. Let's just say it like that. I mean, being honest, because you have female influence, and then you also have, I would want to say, introvert male influence, where they talk from the feminine talking points as a woman would talk, but they weigh in on it. You know what I'm saying? Like Mr. Jackson, and different brothers like them, where they tell, well, if you don't take no woman out to a $200 dinner, you know what I'm saying, then but you got to go out with your boys and spend $100 in drinks, I think your judgment in women is very. I'm like, wait. Why is it that you're telling me what makes me as a man that I need to spend on a woman, or what I need to do, or if I don't put this woman in a house or I don't do this, then I come up less. See, there's a lot of things that have greatly been waning down on the black man. It's sad to say, but we've been catching a lot of hell lately and dragged to the dirt. So when it is coming to female influence, and let alone this latest thing that we have is the Gillette commercial. I ain't sure if you got to look at that, but
I've seen it. That was insane.
That was very insane. So you got to admit they get in their hands into everything, all the way down to our hygiene of what it is for us as men. I mean, we take some pride in our hygiene of whether we grow a beard or a mustache or stuff, different stuff. But I'm like, whoa. Now they're telling us toxic masculinity. I said, what the fuck is that? Like, what do y'all know what's me being a man, me being my genetic, what I am as a man, as a father? That's toxic. You know, you see the commercials where they're saying that, thanks, mom, for being the dad that I need. What? Like you got these bounty commercials. You got these different commercials where that Wells Fargo, where they show two women instead of a man and a woman. And I'm like, man, it's like we keep catching these L's time and time and time again. But see, when a brother say, if let us do a masculine commercial where it shows a bunch of black men sitting at a barbecue and we you know, playing dominoes and talking shit, and then a woman come around, we say, oh, get the fuck out from the backyard. Man, that commercial get taken down in a heartbeat. But let it be a commercial where a bunch of women are catcalling a young brother from inside of a car, and then all the girls are giving her high five. That'll probably be a hit commercial. Shit, they got a damn movie coming up with Taraji P, where she can hear inside of men's thoughts and learn how to fuck them and play them. Little boy coming in there wearing her drawers on his head. I'm like, boy, oh man, I swear we just taking L's left and right.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that have we played a part in it because we've allowed it? Have we kind of been too quiet about it and just kind of let it just kind of seep in, kind of drift in like a old piece of driftwood on a beach? Have we done that? Have we participated in letting, you know, all the female influence tell us who we are as men? Have we done that?
Yes, we have. We have greatly played a part in our own demise, because we could have easily started speaking up and saying that we don't tolerate this. You have a choice as a man if you want to take part in the buffoonery. You have a choice if you're going to walk inside of a church that's led by a female congregation and start getting your hands up and say, this is my leader. Like, oh, no, nigga, come, get out the church. We chose to drink this poison. We chose to partake in this. We chose to elevate women higher than the men. We chose to put them in certain all-male organizations and let them, after so many years, start to run it. And you've seen it. And then as time goes on, when it's too late, it's too late. Because once it's said and done and the damage is done, they ain't trying to get back the power. They ain't. So now, all of a sudden, when men are getting their behinds kicked in courthouses, when men are taking L's and doggone movies and stuff, they put out more movies of black female Mary Sues who are beating up a bunch of men, raising kids and all this shit. Like they just put out that Mary Jane. Then they put out another one with that Gooden, whoever that basketball player's wife is. They putting out more black female movies where they running shit. Even down to the point where Black Panther, who had to save Black Panther? A bunch of black women. You see, y'all, we ain't catching these subliminal bullshit messages. And see, the bad thing about it is I didn't see no black men call out Tyler Perry when he was doing those movies where black men were fucked up. But then all the women were good and victims and shit. I didn't see nobody call out these black novelists who be showing and women shucking and jiving like Scandal and shit. But then the black males are all betas and stuff. I didn't see nobody call out Empire. We don't call when it's too late. It's too late. Even to the point where we got the manosphere and we got all black YouTube for males. Guess what the females doing now? Now they doing their shit. Look what happened. We already had one dog on Ragnarok where all the black male YouTube channels were taken down. Now we coming back. They doing the same shit again. So I'm like, yo, it's time for us. Look, listen, we got to stop compromising. We got to stop playing the game because they got the leverage that we don't have. And that's called the sympathy of the people. Something happens to a black man, nobody gives a fuck. Something happens to a black female, everybody's in shock and awe. Had that been a black boy that got his ass knocked the fuck out, they would say, oh, he was a little hoodlum. He's a little badass kid. If there had been a little black female, everybody's freaked the fuck out. Where are the black men?
Not me. Fuck that bitch.
I know you, Jason. I know, Jason. I know your daughter would never been part of that shit.
Yeah, we've been joined by brother Jay Sean and brother Obsidian. What's good, brothers?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah,
What's
man.
going on, brother X?
What's going on, Obsidian? What's going on, Jay Sean?
What's up,
Well,
BMT?
I'm gonna
Obsidian. What's up, brother?
piggyback off of what brother BMT was just saying, because I think that we've spent, and all of us, we've talked about all this stuff before, over the past 4-5 decades or so. I mean, women have run the black community. I mean, there's no disputing that. I mean, anyone who disputes it is just misinformed. So now we're at a point where not only has the community been ran by women in black society, the community has been pretty much shrouded by the black women in society. And when I say that, what I mean is everything that comes out of black society, for the most part, is influenced by women, not men. When you talk about how the poverty numbers and the illegitimacy and all these things that we talk about on YouTube all the time, when we talk about education, when we talk about our streets, we talk about our wealth, how we don't have any, and all that kind of stuff, it all leads back to the society and who leads it. I don't care what anyone says. Now, you will have people come on here and say, well, where's the men, this, that, and the other thing. The men are coming out of a society influenced by women, okay? That's where the men are coming from, all right? Now, we all know that most of us are raised by old mama, okay? So that's why most of us are just fucked up in the head. As men, a lot of us, we can't think straight. We can't act straight. We can't get our damn lives straight because most of us, our damn mamas couldn't do it. Usually men, because I know some who were raised by their mother, they didn't get right until they got away from their mother. As long as they were under the influence of their mother, they was all fucked up. Once they got away from their mother, that's when they were able to grow up. That's when they were able to live the life that a man's supposed to live. And these are people that I know personally, not to sound too anecdotal, but I think that's indicative of a lot of us. As men, having a lot of female influences in your life, man, and having a lot of female influences in your psyche, I think screws you up. I mean, what's your brother's take on that?
Absolutely.
I mean, we see them now. The black women are more sided with the gays than the black men. That blew my mind. And I mean, Jay Shine and Obsidian, we all in YouTube probably we can all agree on that. They say they rather have a gay son than a street hustler. I'm like, wait, hold up. My dad, when he lost his job, he worked 3 jobs. He was a hustler. Would you rather your son be gay? Would you rather your son be effeminate? And now, where we at now? We got females
but
that want to be the Omega Psi Phi. How the fuck can you be Omega Psi Phi? That's a male fraternity.
yeah, they may say that, but black women are also really homophobic. I mean, that's why they're quick to call you gay. Now, if you were to say, like many brothers say, I don't want a fat woman, I don't want a woman with 8 kids, I don't want a woman with, a bad wig, and the whole litany of things, they will accuse you of being homosexual. When
it suits them, they do that.
Yeah.
I mean, black women, American black woman in 2019 equals inconsistency.
Yeah.
to call somebody black woman, it means inconsistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Full of shit. You know what I mean? Look, these bitches hate themselves. All right, let's just keep this 100. I don't expect black women to love us, because when you sit back and you really watch them, look how they hate themselves. They don't even like themselves. They don't like other black women. They don't look out for black women. They're just full of shit and they're hateful. So the fact that they show so much hate and disdain for black men is really, not such a leap. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But I'm going to show y'all something. If you don't mind, X, I want to share something with y'all.
Go ahead.
Let me share my screen. This is where we are right now. All right. So can y'all see that?
Yeah, I see a lot of.
Now, this is a post that I saw on Facebook. This is where we are right now. This is what black men are doing right now. This is what they're posting. They're gathering around trying to act like female. This is the female influence in full bloom.
Why they acting like that? I ain't never done that gay shit.
See this shit? I'm gonna tell you the most insidious part of this post. The sister that posted it said, "Please, only positive comments, brothers," because she knows it's wrong. She knows it's wrong. You understand that? Why would she say that if she didn't know it would? Why would she even say that if she didn't know this shit was wrong? They know this shit is out of pocket. The emasculation of black men is part of their mandate.
So what, and I guess I'll swing around the Obsidian on this one. What do you think levels this? What evens this field, Brother Obsidian? What evens it out?
The black manosphere.
Agreed. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Now, I agree, but then disagree. We need more than just the black manosphere. We need a couple of blindfolds and firing squads and ass whoopings. You know what I mean? There needs to be like penalty for the level of disrespect that sisters are showing black men. Having a competing media is much needed, no question. I'm so happy the black manosphere is here. I'm so glad that we have YouTube and all that, man. But there needs to be consequences, man, to the shit that women are doing. And I mean, I'm not saying that to be not to be funny. I'm saying it to be really serious, man. Look, you got too many brothers out here who are simping, who are still marrying women, who are still, like I just showed you the picture, want to show off their rings and contemplate and kowtow to these sisters. And most of them are whores. Only in black society you can be a tattoo whore with fake hair, with multiple children, with multiple men, and still get wifed up. That shit cannot happen.
Yeah.
I want to say the black manosphere is countering, but it's not anymore, because I see when I first started watching the manosphere, the black manosphere, I didn't see that many black females on there. Let me just be for real. Now, when I look at a lot of channels, and I ain't gonna lie, I told you one-on-one Prophet what happened. Now I'm seeing more females get on our platforms and fuck up our shit. I'm gonna be for real. They don't. You've been on the panel with me, Prophet. Obsidian's been on the panel with me, and y'all see just how reckless some of these black women get. No respect.
Yeah.
No, zero fucks given, Jay Sean.
None.
Now,
and Obsidian's right, BMT. We do need a competing media. I know Obsidian's about to go. We need
that don't mean they got to be part of everything.
Because we have no voice, right? But the thing is this: there needs to be a penalty for the lack of respect that's given to black men. And black men as a collective will not get that. If you want to break up with four black men get together and start doing something in the room together. If you want to break that shit up right away, just send a fat ass in the room.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wrap. Them niggas distracted. They even fell apart. So I like to see that there is some synergy between brothers right now in the black manosphere when it comes to this issue, man. But the truth is, in real life, when it comes to that booty, niggas don't know how to lock arms. Just keep it 100.
Well, I think, and I've always said this for years, and this may sound like a nuclear option, beyond YouTube and media. I've always touted that brothers who have kids with women should take them. They should raise them.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
you know about that. Like,
yeah. I know you raise your baby by yourself.
But I took mine. You know what I'm saying? I strong on my shit. Like,
yeah, I think that's the nuclear option, because the only way that people will have a greater understanding of black men is if they're raised by black men. And that goes for our sons and our daughters, especially our daughters. There's no greater way to teach a female respect for a black man than her being raised by one. So that's what I think.
Also de-incentivize this willy-nilly getting pregnant shit. De-incentivize that shit. See, the government and the society has set it up where you could be a fuck up. I was having this conversation with a sister. I was actually talking to a black woman about this shit last week. How you could be a complete fuck up in America and get rewarded. And I'm in another country right now, and I'm traveling around other places. It is not like that. You can't be a complete fuck up over here in Europe and just get rewarded. Maybe in Britain, but not here in Germany. You can't just be out here being a serial baby mama and keep getting undergirded by a government where they give you a home and a house and give you shit that you should be working for. You know what I mean? Think about what I'm saying. In America, you can get shit that you should be working for free, and you could be as disrespectful about it. You could be as irresponsible as you want to be, and the shit is undergirded. Now, as black men, what part are we playing in that? So what I'm saying is de-incentivize the shit. You're right, X. Having the male in the house where a woman hears a man's voice is very important. But de-incentivizing it is really where we got to go at, because black women don't give a fuck about none of that shit. What they care about is the money. Exactly. All they care about, there you go, was in it. Cut them. You know what I mean? And if the government won't do it, then we can do it. You know what I'm saying? De-incentivize the shit. Take the fucking child support from them. How you do that? Go get your kid. Fight for your kid to the fucking mat. If you fuck up and get a fucking ratchet bitch pregnant, then you fight that motherfucking shit to the goddamn end. You know why? Because I'm not going to sit back as a man and pay for you to be a whore around my child. What kind of man am I to allow that?
Exactly. I agree.
I'm gonna say when it comes to that,
he got the echo box out tonight.
I mean, that caught me off guard with Obsidian. That shit caught me off guard. I ain't gonna lie. But the thing about it, we gotta understand is that a lot of these black men, and this is the thing, honestly, that they done throughout the ages. They dociled majority of the black men to not want to fight.
Exactly.
Because
it's mainly not to fight. Yeah,
it's mainly not to fight. You hear about
be a man.
You hear about your kid going to court. You hear about they're taking my kid to court, and should I go? I don't know, man. And see, a man's man will go and fight for what's his.
Exactly.
But
and show no mercy, BMT.
He won't yield. But what you got going on now is because you don't see the standard ferocity in the will to fight, or I'd rather die than lose it.
It's called having dominion.
Well, see, that's the thing about it, because a lot of these women have shown men come in and out of the door. And I know somebody said, well, what kind of women are you hanging around? I said, well, shit, if I just click on Facebook, I see one week, this woman will have this one guy. Next week, she'll have another man. By the damn December, she done went through the whole calendar of niggas on goddamn Facebook group. But see, we gotta be for real that when a boy sees this, he starts saying, damn, why the fuck should I show any loyalty to my kid if my mama never showed loyalty to me? I ain't never seen my daddy. Hell, I don't even know who the fuck my daddy is. Now, I know who mine is. But the thing about it is watching constant black men get dragged throughout the community, it tends to put an indentation on the black child. I'm not sure if y'all ever seen that 70s video where they asked a group of black females, do y'all want the man back in the house? They said, no, I ain't never had a daddy. I don't want him in the house. Why would I want him in the house? Because the white man done set up. I'm glad there's this government shut down because these bitches don't got the white daddy to go run to. I'm glad there is. Now there's only two options. Either you can starve and figure this shit out for yourself and die off, or you can come back to black men.
Yeah, but BMT also, there's a lot of brothers who got this mentality that if like Obsidian said, cuts, right, with something that needs to happen because this fucking they're paying for this bullshit to continue, and that's not going to be enough. If cuts happen, black men have to be ready to take dominion. They got to be ready to take charge, and that's my fear. That a lot of black men are not ready to take charge. A lot of them are already ready and equipped, and and socialized to be bitch ass niggas. You know what I mean? To cater to black women. In any regard, like again, turning your life over to a whore. Think about it. You got dudes out here marrying whores. I'm gonna marry
queens and shit.
Yeah, and call a queen. So how do we get brothers to get back off that bullshit? Because you can give all the cuts you want, right? That's the first part. The second part is there a group of black men ready to take charge?
Yeah, because what good would cuts, as Obsidian always says, what good would they do if you got a bunch of dudes who are running and hanging to these women and just straight being sympatrons for these women and allowing them being sympatrons, right? Being sympatron for these women who are suffering from these cuts, right? They're suffering from these cuts because a white daddy done sliced them off. So now you got brothers coming in and they're not demanding the respect for stepping in. They're not demanding the submission for stepping in. They're not demanding that, she carry herself a certain way and have a certain demure about herself, if you will, but still giving her shit anyway, because these dudes have been influenced by their old mama. So they go in there and they just kind of fill in the gap that Big Daddy government has left. What do we do about that?
Well, dominion. Let's think about it. First of all, I'm gonna tell you something, X. You're not kicking me out of shit. Right? This is my house. I live where I live, and you get the fuck out. How can we start there? I'm tired of niggas getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Can we start there? Can we start with the basics? So what I would tell brothers is brothers gotta get their shit together where they have their own space. I don't give a fuck if it's a house, apartment, whatever. It's your space. So when the time comes to kick this chick to the curb, she gets the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's called having dominion. That's baseline dominion. You got motherfuckers out here on your homeboy's couch, going back to their mama's house until they find somewhere to live because they broke up with a chick. Think about what I'm saying. Because you broke up with a female, you want someone else's couch.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. It's nuts.
Well, that's usually how it is. I mean, a lot of dudes, unfortunately, when they do happen to leave mama's attic or grandmama's basement, it's not like they leave and move into their own shit. They usually leave and move into some chick's house, who 2 and 3 kids in, and they just kind of up in there playing, pseudo stepdaddy and all that kind of nonsense. Yeah, they done moved out of grandma's attic. It's not like they moved out and got to their own place. So they've never experienced living on their own.
Yeah, she only got 2 boys, man. She good.
Yeah,
she only got
good.
2. She got 2, man.
Yeah, she got a crib. I'm up in there. I got an Xbox. Freaking, I'm playing Madden and Call of Duty all goddamn day. That kind of shit.
She's treating you like a bull.
Yeah,
let's be real. Black men, and we can all agree upon this. We've forgotten the art to put black men first. There's no community if there's no black man.
Yep.
There's no community. See, to say that out loud in front of a bunch of group of black women, they'll be like, "What the fuck you mean? Black women are the backbone of the black family. The fuck you mean? What the fuck? You didn't make these kids. I'm the one that gave you the damn seed. The bitch, you can't do shit without me. you understand? They didn't get no rights until we got our asses kicked and died and got hanged and got killed for these fucking rights. Y'all gotta see the thing about it, the art of the black man learning to put himself first. See, you can't. No war has been won with a woman. I don't know what the fuck y'all see. This is why we should let that woman in church. But she done fucked up all the black men that stayed in that damn church. Nothing has been achieved with just a black woman. Everything has been achieved out the sweat and blood of a black man.
It's all about incentives, BMT. Because you talking about putting black men first.
But see, that's the thing about it. You saying that. See, most single mamas never taught their son, listen, boy, you need to put black man first. They ain't gonna never tell that. They ain't gonna never tell that black boy that shit.
Incentives, right?
They ain't gonna never tell that black boy that, listen, don't choose a woman that's just as fucked up as me that has 3 or 4 kids. No, that black woman, she's just as good. No, you don't hear single mothers telling their sons, don't get with that bitch who got damn 2 kids. Get with that woman who's going to school, but you don't need to fuck with no pussy until you get your resource. See, a real man will be telling his boys, listen, their pussy's always gonna be there. The secret to any brother who's in this chat that we forgot. Our market value don't decrease when we start getting our resources together. I'm gonna tell you right now, those bitches gonna still come after. But when you got your money together, they will come. But her pussy appreciates over the time. Our bitches don't like me saying that shit, but every man on the panel knows that your pussy is depreciating throughout the time. You already know a younger bitch can knock you off at any time. But see, for any of us men who got our money together, who got our resources, who got our own place, ain't no bitch can tell you shit. She can't tell you, oh, well, this is no bitch. My name is on the fucking mortgage. My name's on the lease. My name's on that car note. Just get your shit and go.
You know what a bitch can tell me, BMT? What time to eat?
What time we eat?
Yeah, what time dinner gonna be done? You know,
well,
what time that pussy gonna be clean when I'm ready to get ready, do my thing. That's one thing she can tell me in my house.
Well, what you were saying, brother BMT, why do you think that is?
There's no incentives.
Yeah, there's no incentives. And when you have a child, when these women have kids, right?
Right.
And you know me, I'm very biased against these old mamas because I think they just fuck the kids up. And what they do is when they have boys, right?
Right.
Like you said, they don't teach a young man to get out there and do better than old mama. Because see, she's not going to tell him, get out there. If you're going to find you a woman, find you a woman who got her shit together and she don't got 5 babies by 5 dudes like me. No.
She'll hook you up with that type of
woman. She's not going to do that. Because you know why? Because she wants you to get a woman just like her. Why? Because if you get a woman that has drive, ambition, ability, goals, dreams, and doesn't want to fuck her life up like your old mama did, all that does is confirm her fucking failure. So why would she want you to get out there and confirm her own failure? She has to appear like she's doing something right. So why would she not send you out there to be with some old damn woman who just like her? Those are usually the women who say, oh, he want a woman just like his mama. No, the fuck he don't. Why the hell would he want a goddamn woman who done had 4 babies by the time she 21? Why the hell would he want a woman who got him living in some fucking roach infested goddamn project apartment eating roaches every goddamn day? Why the hell would he want a woman who dragging Negroes in and out the crib all times of night? Why the hell would he want a woman that's sending him off to school with his toes and shit hanging out his shoes, etc., etc., etc.? Why would he want a woman like that? But that's what you're taught to believe. Your mama teach you that her kind of woman is the kind of woman for you. That's that bullshit female influence. She's teaching you that the kind of woman that she is, that's the kind of woman you need. And let me tell you something right now, young fellas. Your mama lying to your ass, but she's lying to you. She's lying to you, brothers.
Bitch.
What you do is go out and find the exact opposite of your old mama. Because I'm going to tell you right now, most of our mamas ain't shit. Most of them. I know that's hard to hear. I know that's hard to stomach. I know it's hard to listen to.
No,
but
not for me. That's music to my ears.
Y'all know how old X is, and old X is biased against these old mamas now. And I think
to my ears, X.
I think they fuck you up. Okay, they fuck you up because they teach you bullshit. They won't tell you who your daddy is because they don't know. And if they do know who your daddy is, they goddamn won't let him come and be in your life if he want to be. But the Negroes she drag in and out the house all goddamn year, they got plenty of access to you. Why you think they was able to rape your ass when you was a kid? Because guess what? She giving all these other brothers access to you, but keeping your damn father away. What sense does that make? You understand? That's what female influence does to you. That's what it does to you. Okay? And if you continue to be influenced by females throughout your life, you will always find yourself maybe not getting physically raped, but mentally raped, brothers.
I'm gonna say it like this. One of the things that I try to tell my son came to me one time and he said, "Dad, my friend has a new pair of Jordans. Why don't you ever go get me Jordans? Why don't you ever run and go get me the newest brand of sneakers?" And I said, "Son, I take you and I put you in different camps, put you in different types of training programs. I invest in you so that way you don't look for the materialistic." Let me if you listen to a lot of the music and things that we have played, a lot of the artists and different people throughout the generations, they grew up and they came up through single mothers. What did Tupac say about his mama? She was a crack fiend, but he still saw her as a queen, even though she kicked him out at 16. You see, the problem is that women like diamonds and jewelry and fancy things, and they taught their boys that rather than you go after the mental and you strengthen your mind, so long as you have something pretty on your wrist, so long as you got a pretty bitch, so long as you got some type of fuckery hanging around you, you're winning. But we tend to learn. See, they also train their daughters in the art too. So long as you can make that nigga dick hard, fuck trying to support him. Just fuck him mentally and physically. You see, it would have took an older man that would have knowingly told you the rules to engagement of dealing with this woman. I want y'all to understand that, because I remember one time I was telling my dad I want a job, and he said, "Well, what do you want a job for?" "Well, I want to get money so that way I can I want to take this girl, you know, I want to help her out and do some stuff." He said, "Wait, you getting money for a woman?" He said, "Son, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why ain't she working?" "Well, I you know, I'm gonna buy her, I'm gonna give her some money so that way, you know, she can notice me." He said, "Then you don't need no fucking job." He said, "I didn't raise you to be no bitch to no woman." And you see, Sally, we're seeing a lot of men are not getting this type of insight. More men get boosted up to think that they're men because they need the validation of some pussy. And that's where black men, that's what I'm gonna tell you right now. I see more black men fail because they seek the validation of pussy rather than the validation of their own self resources that they build up. And until we stop indulging this goddamn loosen up goddamn goodwill pussy, I don't give a damn. See, a lot of y'all black women, y'all can have the fucking money, but y'all ain't worth shit. I'm gonna just tell you like I see it. I'm seeing these bitches. Listen, you don't notice a lot of these women getting their degrees and all this money and shit, but they still can't get a fucking man because they ain't worth shit. And a lot of these men who got money, they getting bitches who ain't worth shit either, because they're not probably being trained. Let me just sit here and drink my beer.
Anybody else want to jump in on that? CRU, Brother Obsidian? Guess they sleeping. God damn it. Jay Shine?
Yeah, man, but I'm not, man. I mean, look, man, there's no incentive. There's no incentive for black men to be the way they need to be because they're being raised by these women. So their mind's already been fucked up. But the society is letting them know that there's benefit to being a simp. There's benefit to being a bitch ass motherfucker. Even though we all know that's not the case, but they're being taught that it's benefit. So when it comes to approval and affirmation or just straight up just getting sex and getting female attention, it behooves you to be a simp. It behooves you to act more feminine. It behooves you to overlook and look past, bad female behavior. And that shit needs to stop. And the thing is this, we can talk all we want about what needs to stop, but until we start taking dominion, taking control of our children and locking arms and all saying no to a certain level of bullshit, it's not going to change. I don't care what the government does. You know what I mean? If the government make the cuts like I hope they do. If they don't, they don't. Either way, I don't really rely. I'm not waiting for them. I'm waiting for brothers to get it together to say enough. And that circles back to what Obsidian was saying earlier about Black Manosphere. We gotta tighten up. We gotta tighten up. There's too much sitting on female panels. Trying to court women to come into male conversations. Look, I've said it here before, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't give a fuck what women are talking about on their channels. I don't care. I don't want to go to their panels. I don't want to listen on their channel. I don't want to really be in their chat room like that. I don't care. I care about Black men working out ideas, and so we can settle down into some basic shit, some basic codes of discipline and behavior, so we can eradicate this shit. Because the bottom line is, there's too many niggas out here saving these hoes. All right, let's just be honest. Too many brothers out here saving hoes. All right, the Black man should equal Captain Save a Hoe. There's too many brothers out here saving hoes. Wifing up whores. Chicks got tattoos across their chest, and you think that shit is something you should marry. What the fuck? That's somebody who's mentally damaged. So there's a mental aspect to this where brothers are being programmed to be a certain way from boys. All right. And we can't just dance around that. We can talk all day about how we want things to change and how things should change, but there's a deep problem that we're dealing with. The single mother thing has fucked us up royally, and we got to reverse that shit. And it's going to take time. It's not something we can just change overnight.
Yeah. It may take like a generation or two, just to get it started. And like I said, I go back to my nuclear option. If you gotta, if you done messed around and stuck your penis in one of these old trap house holes, on the low in the late night, I mean, I won't hold that against you.
Raw X.
Yeah, you done stuck your penis in one of these old ratchet holes, and I won't hold that against you now. Okay.
Sorry, them going in.
Yeah. Plus, every now and then, we find out, we put our penis somewhere where we shouldn't have put it. It happens. But what I will, though, and I say this a lot, what I will hold against you is if you mess around and get her pregnant and let her raise the goddamn kid. Okay, yeah. Especially if you know she's some old trap house hoe. Yeah. If you know she ain't no damn good, and she got 4 other ones by 4 other dudes and don't know who their daddy is. I mean, you get in there and get yours. Don't let her raise yours too. Okay, especially when you come to her house and the kids look hungry, their faces is crusty, their heads is nappy, their damn clothes look like they ain't been washed in 6 or 7 months. She's sitting up there with a badass wig on, with her damn phone in her hand because she spend all day laying in her bed in an old nasty house taking selfie Instagram damn photos. Man, you don't want nobody like that raising your kid. And what you need to do is try to find the other brothers she got kids by and tell them they need to come and get theirs too.
Help them out, right? Give them evidence. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, goddamn, you see how this girl got your kid living? She got
Yeah,
your
man.
kids eating roaches, man.
Yeah,
She got
you know, cold. Boy, here's the pictures. Because that's what women would do. You would cheat on a woman would help you cheat on another woman, right? What that means is like you got a wife or a girlfriend, and a woman will come and fuck up your home, sleep with you, knowing you have a wife and a girlfriend, and then the bitches will team up against you later on when you get caught. You know what I mean? Women get on cold quicker because it's incentivized, because if they can get something out of it. Now, we value our children and value our future as Black people, then Black men need to be leaders in that. We need to take charge and say, you know what? I'm going to get my kid. As a matter of fact, homie, let me call you. Look, I know we don't get along, but here's some evidence I'm sending you right here. You need to get your seed, homie. Here, this is what you need. That's what I got. You know, I got photos, I got text messages. Here you go. Whatever you need, whatever I got, I can give you, so you can take this shit down to court and get your fucking children. All right, because we have to be serious about that shit. Now, first of all, stop getting these hoes pregnant. You know, stop getting ratchet pussy pregnant. But
let's start there.
Let's start there, right? Yeah, that's always default. I don't want to jump past that, but we are in a crisis right now when niggas just can't. They going in, they adventurous. I'm going in, Sergeant. They going in raw. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have to deal with the aftermath right now. And I mean, I'm one of them. I fucked a ratchet bitch. You know, had a baby by a ratchet female, and I said, "There's no fucking way in the world I'm gonna let this girl raise my kid." And after a year of seeing her being a mother, I had enough. So I had my daughter since she's been 1 year, 4 months old. So I taught my daughter that I potty trained and everything, because I was not going to sit back. I basically had one of those, you know, we watch a movie and somebody has like they light flashes before their eyes.
Epiphany.
I had a moment like that where my daughter was grown and she was a ratchet bitch whore. And I'm looking at my little baby and I'm like, I love this girl too much to let her turn out that way. I love her too much to let her turn out like her mom. I love her too much. Living a life of pain and confusion and idiocy. So I did what I had to do. You know, I fought. And then when brothers come to me and complain about, you know, their baby mamas and all that, my question is, what did you do about it? Yeah, I'm not trying to be cold. I'm saying, what did you do about it? Did you go fight for it? I mean, if you fought and lost, then fine. Because there's another nuclear option, X. If you're going to deal with a disrespectful bitch and you don't want to sit there and witness your child and have to give money to the raising of a child that's being raised wrong, then bounce. And I know people are like, yo, Jay Sean, you a single dad. How can you say something like that? How would you just leave your kid? Look, I'm going to tell you something about dominion and respect. I have a self-respect as a man. I'm not going to sit back and watch my child be destroyed before my eyes and come pick my kid up and get dirty looks from this kid's bitch-ass mom, the mom's bitch-ass mom and sisters, and you know what I mean? There's some niggas coming in out of the mom's house, and I got to, fuck off. Why would I want to put myself through that?
Yeah.
So I bounce. Wait till this kid gets to a certain age and maybe reconnect with it. I'm done. Look, men got to be on some shit where it's about being a man. And what a man means is having dominion. If you don't have control of your own house, over your own seed, dude, you have nothing.
That's true. Because see, me, I've always been a strong opponent for, you know, saving the children if we can't save nobody else. I don't give a damn if they save the hoes. I mean, the hoes can do whatever they want to do. But, I believe that as men, I think it's our responsibility to save our children. Forget her, and if she's making it too hard for you, I'm with Jay Shine on this one now. If she's making it too hard for you and she's making your life miserable and she's making it so goddamn hard for you to be a father that it's ruining your life, you may have to step back from that for a little while. You may have to do it, man, to save your own self, get yourself to higher ground. So now you will be able to reach down and get your kid. It all depends on each one of those situations are dealt with on an individual basis. I mean, there's no blanket remedy for that, because I don't know what brothers are going through as far as how the kids go. I know the shit I went through, with my kids, and I know how the shit that, talking with brother Jay Shine, I know what he went through with his baby. That's why he ended up had to take his baby. So, each one of us, we have an individual kind of thing that we got to deal with. But the thing is dealing with it. because that's what's going to define you as a man, how you deal with it. If you just sit around and just let this damn hoe walk all over you, man, and do your kid any old kind of way, and you right there to see it, there's a lot to be said for that. Okay. But sometimes, man, you got to take a goddamn stand, if not for your kid, for your damn self, for your own honor, for your own damn integrity, for your own goddamn manhood, you know? So, I'm
Corey Holcomb had a joke when he was talking about visiting his baby mom because his baby mama had multiple, kids by other dudes and shit. And he talking about sitting on the couch with the other baby daddies. And he sit between two baby daddies. Hey, what's up, dog? What's going on? What's up, dog? You know what I mean? And it's a funny joke, but it highlights how they change things. See, back in the day, a man would have multiple wives or he had children by multiple women. Look at Trump. He got multiple wives and children by different women, and he has control over his children. He's raising his children. He's putting his children through school. They're carrying his name and so on, right? So that's called dominion. You can say what you want to say about the guy, but the only redeeming quality I have about Trump is I look at his children, how they respect him, how they pattern themselves after him, how they want to be like him, be business people like him. You know what I mean? That is what fatherhood looks like. Unfortunately, I know it's a bad example for a lot of people, but I'm stripping away emotion. I'm just looking at it for what it is. That's a real redeeming quality. When I can see a man who has his children, regardless how many women he had children by, they all respect the father. They pattern themselves after the father, and they want to be like the father. That is that's heaven in my book. But when you have black society where most cases are where the kid doesn't respect the father because the mother's saying all kind of shit about you, or they're in an environment where it's fuck black men, black men ain't shit, black men are dusty baby male coons now, all this dumb shit that go on out here in the YouTube streets that we see in regular life. This is all creating an environment of hatred and lack of respect for manhood and fatherhood. And we gotta erase that shit, because without it, we're gonna keep going down this crazy ass mudslide called the African American, or even not even just the African American. We see the same fuckery going on in the Caribbean. We've seen a lot of it starting to happen in Africa, where you got ratchet females running around, the whole shit happening. It's just a complete degradation of our culture and of our race happening, and it's coming through the black woman. Because she's the one being told that she can do what the fuck she want to do with no consequences. She's the one that's getting incentives and getting support from governments around the world. Brexit debate in Britain. And if you're not paying attention to what's happening in America, you can see it in Britain and you can see it happening in Africa as well. They're pushing black women forward, educated black women forward. I didn't see not one black man sitting next to those white men in the Labour Party. All you saw was white man, white woman, black woman. These are leading politicians in Britain. Now, I know there's plenty of black men in Britain who are educated businessmen. Same thing you have in America. Plenty of black men who are educated and businessmen. But look at the Democratic Party now. You're going to see white woman, some white men, black woman. That's all you're going to see. Oh, and fucking Clyburn. You're going to see one old nigga from the Civil Rights era. That's it. You know what I mean? But you're not going to see black men of youth, black men like us in political parties being pushed, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not about us having dominion. This is all about dominion.
That's because brothers like us are considered to be toxic, man. We're the toxic masculine men. You know, we don't love them hoes. We goddamn we tell them hoes what it is. You know, we're anti-baby mama. You know, I mean, when you're like that, you're considered to be toxic. I mean, everybody's seen the Gillette commercial. You know, if you are a male child that fights, you're being toxic. If you the type of brother who look at a woman on the street and tell her she look nice, you're toxic. If you say things a certain way with women in the room, you're toxic, and all this kind of nonsense. It's like when you're a man, you're supposed to garter yourself. You're supposed to arrest your tongue if women are within 20 feet of you. If women are anywhere around you, you're supposed to not look a certain way, not speak a certain way. Shit, they probably don't even want you to dress a certain way around women. And that's where it's going now. and it's definitely going to target us as black men, because us black men, we bring it to you pretty pure. So all of us are considered a toxic masculine, except the ones who think they're girls. Now they're acceptable. Yeah, they accept them all day long. The ones who dress like girls, talk like girls, move like girls, and all this kind of nonsense. Now those, they're fine. They are accepted. But brothers like us, we're not accepted. Why? Because we don't roll with the status quo. Okay, we don't believe in stifling our damn tongue because a goddamn woman's in the room. I know I have a wife. I have 2 daughters. I have granddaughters. I have sisters. I have sisters-in-laws. I have female cousins, and all of them hate me. They say I'm a chauvinist and all that kind of shit. Why? Because the shit I talk about like this, I talk the same exact shit when they're around.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Go ahead,
brother. Greetings to all of y'all. Can y'all hear me?
And then we're gonna go to my big bro Art too, because I see he up in here too. What's good, brother Art?
Shout out Art, man. Shout out all y'all. Can you hear me? Can you hear me good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out, fam.
How we not gonna hear you when you got that big old fancy microphone sitting up in there?
I got.
I'm just fucking with you.
But was your dad or grandfather quote unquote toxic masculinity?
Oh shit, my father was like a silverback gorilla. I was raised by my old man. So
that shit didn't exist when I was coming up.
my father was like a silverback gorilla, boy.
Okay, so and where the silverbacks come from? Africa, right? The motherland.
I see where you're going with this one, brother.
I've lived in Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
So from what I got, I had to take notes because it's late at night. Talking about when they come here and when they go to Europe, right? Their minds start getting fucked up. They change because why? They're coming to the supremacist side of things. You know what I mean? They're seeing things differently from there. But when they're over there in Africa, I swear they're good. They don't accept the bullshit, no matter what you do. If you're providing for her, if you're taking care of her and everything, she's not going to pull no bullshit on you. Not like that. I haven't seen it. And I can't say 100% or anything like that. All I can say is I haven't seen it.
Well, what I think often happens, man, is that I think that many of women in Black society, they have bought into not only feminism. I'm pretty sure they brought into feminism hook, line, and sinker, but they bought into feminism and they bought into this whole independence. They bought into this whole, I'm a queen, I run shit like my old mama did. They've bought kind of into that. Because one thing I've noticed about women who are raised by men, okay, because like my sisters, okay, I have 4 sisters. All of them are married. Every single one of my sisters is married. But they was raised by the same silverback gorilla that I was raised by. So they understood a man's place, because when my father spoke, okay, he was the king of the castle. All right. The house was a castle. He was the king. His goddamn word was law. Okay. When you was disobeying his word, you was breaking the goddamn law. Okay. And he had no problem doling out the punishment when you fucked up. So they grew up in the same house that I grew up in. So they understood men. They understood what a man, and all my sisters that got married stayed married. They're still married to the same guy that they got married to like 20 years ago and 15 years ago. They're still married to that same guy. So, I think that what often happens is, man, that lack that lack of male influence, because we're talking about fighting female influence tonight. That lack of male influence plays a big part, in these children's development, man, when they're growing up. Because what do you have? You have females growing up thinking that men are just necessary for getting them knocked up, and that's it. And then you have men growing up under their old mama, okay, not having respect for other men, not having any value for other men. Why? Because they've never been taught to have respect for themselves as men, or have they been taught to have value of themselves as men? They haven't been taught that. So what does that create for men? Okay, that creates men who have low self-esteem, for one, men who have low standards, for two, and men who have a low self-worth, for three. So when you're a man like that, you're always going to be susceptible to female influence, because, see, you were taught them bullshit values from your old mama, okay? She never wanted you to grow up. She never wanted you to be a real man. She wanted you to be man enough so she could tell you that you man of the house, but really you're not man of the house. You're male of the house under her damn influence, because, see, you're the one swinging dick that she knows she can control, okay? You're the one swinging dick that she can control. So she's going to try to control your ass as long as you allow her to. And like I said earlier,
until the next one until the
next one come through, especially if she don't got nobody. If she don't got nobody, because she'll totally disregard your ass if she got, the revolving door Negroes coming in and out of there. You don't even count no more. She'll let you starve. You'll be happy to eat freaking roach salad if she got her nigga, a nigga that come in and out of there.
I would even say it like this, X. If they knew, like, a brother like me, you, or like the guys on the panel is coming through, like, is, what I mean, we're gonna handle shit. Oh, that motherfucker's out the door. The little motherfucker's out the door. But we damn near wouldn't allow it. Like, nah.
Well, see, this is what happens. This is why I want to talk about female influence tonight, brother CRU. Because, see, what'll happen is this. Like I said, if she's single, right, and because they constantly chasing penises, they'll do that all the way up until they finally get it in their head, that nobody wants them.
Because mama gotta have a life too.
Yeah, mama gotta have a life, even though it's 9 of y'all and none of y'all know who y'all daddy is. She's still throwing on bad wigs. She's still throwing
hood, man. It's always
she's still throwing on bad wigs and dresses and shit, still heading to the club and leaving y'all home by yourself. And the oldest one of y'all is like 10. She leaving the 10-year-old to watch the 9-year-old, the 8-year-old, the 7-year-old, the 6-year-old, the 5-year-old. She leaving him to watch all of them little ones. She got one that's like 6 months old, but bam, she out to the club, boy.
Yeah, man, gotta go.
Watching this at the bar and shit. Like, what the
yeah, man. Shit. She'll go ahead, and what she'll do, she'll find some old dude, drag him home. She'll meet him in 2 weeks. She moving him in. That's another thing. She meet 2 weeks. She done met him 2 weeks. He moving in now.
The thirst is real.
Yeah, the thirst is real. Because these brothers have been influenced by females. I'm telling you, they've been influenced by females. Because what kind of brother in his right damn mind meets some old woman with 5 kids? He knowed her 2 weeks and he moves in. So that says a lot about him just as much as it says a lot about her. Okay. I'm a married man. Okay. And me and my woman, we dated and hung out and spent nights and shit like that for 2 damn years before we got, and we didn't move in with each other until we were married. She had a place. I always went home to my goddamn place. I didn't get rid of my place, and her and I get a place together until we were married. When we got married, that was the first time we lived together. when we got married. I didn't meet her and 2 weeks later I moved into her damn house. I mean, what kind of crap is that? What does that say about you as a man? Because usually they find these brothers who living in the woods, or they living in a train station, or they living in grandma's basement, you know, because any brother that has his own shit together is not willing to give up his freedom like that, where he meets some woman in 3 weeks and he moving in with her. Nah, man, that's somebody who living in the train station. That's somebody who living in auntie attic, and she want him the hell out of there. So of course he'll move in with her and her 6 kids. Yeah, man.
He gotta go.
Yeah, she want him out of there. So of course he living in grandma's attic.
I want to walk around with no clothes on. He gotta go.
You goddamn right. He pack up his damn PlayStation and his box of games and shit. He moving into baby mama house. You know, he get his couple pairs of Jordans he got, you know, his damn Xbox, Call of Duty, Madden. You know, get all that shit in one box, because everything the brother own to fit in the trunk of a car, you know, the car that he don't got. So he call his boy and he pile all his shit up in his boy car and he drive him over to baby mama house. Shit, he done moved in now. Yeah, he's sitting in the living room. The kids can't even be in the living room playing their Xbox, because that brother sitting in there playing his shit all.
God damn.
So
he moved with her, and the living room is the bedroom.
Yeah.
I got a question.
I said the living room is.
I want to ask a question.
Go ahead, brother BMT.
So let's put the man in the home. Let's say the father is in a home.
Mm-hmm.
But however, the woman has leverage over the father. The woman has leverage over the father.
Come on, BMT.
Probation.
Yeah.
You hit me one more time when you raise your hand at me, I'll tell the police.
Police, right? Yeah, come on, man.
Let's talk about if the man is there, but the woman knows that I know how to check this man. I know how to play the game. Because I've been and I've seen some homes where the women play the game so grimy. Whereas to just off the word, I can call my brothers and they can fuck you up. I can go tell somebody. I allowed you to come back in to be with us. You left. So I allowed you to come back. So
how about that?
Because we gotta be for real to see. We talked about the Pookie setup. Now let's talk about the man who's in there and he's in the enemy's camp now because he's still with this woman. Divorce papers haven't gone through, or he knows that he has to walk around eggshells because she's holding something over him. What do we say? Because the son or the daughter, they're watching this interaction. Kids watch. And the son is watching that mom does not mind putting her hands on daddy. And the one time daddy slips up, raises his voice, 911, he's putting his hands on me. He's savage. What's going on? Please don't talk. They coming to fuck you up. They ain't here to talk. What do we do for those brothers? I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna put that on y'all lap, because we have some brothers who go through that.
Hold on, time out. I mean, it's about dominion. Look, black men are not being raised. Black men are not being raised socially and mentally to have dominion. All right, they're being raised to be exactly what the situation that BMT is talking about. Because even as a husband, the first act of submission that you make is wifing up a whore or wifing up some fat bitch. You know what I mean? I'm seeing photos on Facebook of fat bitches with tattoos on their ankles and, you know, and around their wrists looking like bracelets, getting married, getting proposed to. What kind of black men have we become? Well, we don't even have any standards for ourselves. We don't want dominion. We don't want to have anything great for ourselves. We are completely mentally and emotionally beat down.
Yep.
And by extension, they doing what the fuck they want to do. All right, they are out here cutting the fuck up, you know, and they've shown me in the last 40 to 50 years that they're not the answer. The only answer is us. All right, unfortunately. That's just the way it is, because it's not just the ratchet hoes on the streets. It's that same chick in the streets that would do what BMT just said. It's the same chick that works at the post office, the same chick that works at a Fortune 500 company. She knows at the end of the day, black man, you don't have any power. You don't have any dominion. And on top of that, you don't have each other's backs. Because all I got to do is flash a little titty and smile at another nigga, and he'll go upside your head. And he don't even know me. You don't even know the chick. You don't even know. Because we also, because what we have been cultivated to be outside of having dominion, we've been cultivated to be dogs. That's why I like Black Ram's channel. Black Ram is trying to teach you about what he calls the succubus. Black Ram teaches that all the time. You know what I mean? About that. Because it's all about dick discipline at this point. Stop choosing to go a route and be bitch led. All right? Because that's what you're doing right now. You're being bitch led. When you go down this route, you're being bitch led. A lot of brothers out here are being bitch led. Marrying fat bitches, marrying dirty chicks, marrying chicks that got multiple kids by multiple dudes. Why would you put yourself in that situation? You see what I'm saying? On some level, I can't even be mad at the sisters. Because we're allowing it. We're allowing the shit. So I'm glad the Black Manosphere is here, where you got brothers out here who can talk real, and other brothers can pick this shit up, whether it's live or pick it up 2 months from now or 2 years from now. You know what I mean? Because there's no guidance out here for a lot of these brothers. A lot of these brothers are being raised, like X say, by these fucked up, dirty ass hoes are raising these kids, and they fucking their heads up. Yeah. All right, and they're not being raised to have any dominion. That's why our brother would move into a situation that BMT just laid out. I would never do that because I was raised to have dominion. My grandmother taught me to be a man. My grandfather taught me to be a man. My grandmother told me, look, there's a reason to anybody. You just don't do it, baby. But basically, she was telling me, you don't let no woman beat you up. And why she was saying that is because her daughter, my aunt, was beating her husband up. You know, she was one of them heavy set sisters and shit will go upside your head. And we would see that shit. And my grandma was like, what the fuck is wrong with my daughter? You know, because the society was telling her that she can do that and she can get away with it. Well, and society was telling him that he had to absorb it.
This is the kind of shit we need, man. And it's funny that you mentioned Brother Black Ram because, you know, Brother Black Ram, he's in the chat. That's my dude right there, man.
The chat. What's up, Black Ram?
Yeah, Brother Black Ram, because y'all know
this is therapeutic, man.
Shit therapeutic, man. It's shit therapeutic. I want to go to Brother Art, then I want to go to Brother Info Man. I ain't heard nothing from them. I think Brother Obsidian sleep. Brother Art, what's good, big bro?
What's going on? This is the man's congregation here.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. It's what it is.
The G Council, right?
That's what it is, man.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. So peace to the fam and the chat. A couple of things, you know, on Jay Shine's point. In addition, even if you are married or plan to get married, you need to invest in a good lawyer.
Damn.
Because most of the time when things happen, you're trying to scramble for a lawyer to get you out of some crap. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to find, you know, plus the money and everything. You want to have your stuff prepared, you know, so consider that an investment. All right. So don't just think that just because I love her, it's never going to happen. Just be prepared just in case, let alone the prenuptial and all that kind of stuff. Also, for those who are buying homes, make sure you got to find a way for her to sign off on a quick claim deed. If you can get her to sign off on a quick claim deed, like the way that my ex got into it, she was told that if something bad happens to me, then her credit and everything would be fine if she did a quick claim deed. She was more worried about her credit than what the other stuff, that the benefits of just staying free from it. So for her being selfish, she could not touch my house after the divorce. So remember that if you can get her to do a quick claim deed, and then last but not least, make sure you have some old money hanging around to prove that you made that money before the marriage. Because if you use that money that you accumulated before the marriage to buy the home, she can't touch the home. This is stuff that I have to pay thousands of dollars for, but you guys got this for free. Okay,
thank you, sir.
Protect yourself. Okay, you got to protect yourself because, like Jay Shine and other brothers on the panel was saying, sometimes they're planning ahead of us when we're just thinking it is love, but It's all kind of other things where they don't like things their way. It's a hefty price to pay. And the last part too, on the funny note, because you're talking about the son that's raised to be the husband or whatever, like the inadvertent husband.
Yeah.
My favorite part on Baby Boy, because that's what y'all describe it.
Yep.
When Vin Rames went into Tyrese's room while he's playing, I think he was playing a game. No, it wasn't a room. He was sat on a couch or something.
He said he was sitting in front of his mama's bed at the
Yeah,
TV.
he playing a game.
Yeah.
And then he went behind that and he was like, "Me and your mom gonna be kind of close. I'm gonna be a while for a while." You remember that? And he put his big ass hand on his shoulder, man, and he couldn't do shit. He was so big. He was like, he looked like real quick and turned back and started playing the game. You remember that?
Yeah,
and then the next day, the night he heard his mom get knocked up, and then the next day he saw his ass coming out of a apron. Making bread. Man, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah,
so I just wanted to share that with you guys, man. So I feel y'all, man. So I hope I contribute something on the panel.
Shit. You know what? And here's the other thing. That brother was showing dominion. I'm here now.
Yep. That's the best part. To me, that's the best part of the movie. To me.
I'm showing dominion. I'm like, hey, man, me and your mother kicking it. I'm going to be in here fucking this bitch. I'm going to cook what I want. I'm going to walk around this bitch naked. That's dominion.
I got a step part.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Sierra.
Look out of here, this one.
No, he took her to the cave, though. But they still married.
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
Shit, both of my parents got divorced. Both of them remarried, and both of them been remarried longer than they were originally married. And both of them say they would have never, ever got divorced if they knew what they know now. They're happy where they are now. They can't go back. You feel me? But if they could go back in time, they would have never ever got divorced because they're talking about the same shit that we're talking about now. What kind of money is getting spent in this type of bullshit when we could have just got along and okay, you do what you do, I'll do what I do, but our money is together. You know what I mean? So once that money is together, shit, you have more money, I have more money. Then if we're the money fighting each other, paying outside people so that we can fight each other. That's stupid.
The takeaway that I got from my experience and then other people really placing game on me, you got to study everything. Everything is just not automatic. You got to absorb your surroundings. You got to damn near look at her medical records and her family's medical records if there's some kind of crazy people in the family. I mean, you got to really start paying attention because them surprises are deadly.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, damn, I didn't know she was like that.
It's all relative, man. It's all relative. All that shit is relative, man. It is all relative. But let me go to Info Man because he's been kind of quiet up in here. Brother Info Man, you there?
Info.
Hey, how's everybody doing this evening? Hey, how you doing,
good, brother? What's up, Info?
Just another night of the Berserkers Barrage on DXL. You know what it is.
Yeah, I hear you, brothers. You brothers are kicking some knowledge tonight. Very good points that are being made. I think Art, what he's saying is kind of sums up what I would say in just a few words. And Art's familiar with the last stanza of this poem, or part of the last stanza of this poem. As Black men, we have to get back to being, or we have to be masters of our fate, and we have to be captains of our soul. So I'm the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul. What does that require? That I take responsibility for what kind of woman I'm going to have in my life. So if you're going to get married, like Art says, do all your investigation. See, I can knock it out in one statement, but I look at everything about a woman. First thing I look at is what does she put in her body? See, a lot of brothers don't even look at that. What does the woman put in her body? What does she eat? What is her diet like? What is her exercise routine? What is her attitude? What does she bring to the table in terms of her intellect? Yep. And so I look at that for myself personally, and I want to make a choice. I don't want to be involved with a woman that's skanky. got men in and out. I look at how many children does she have, and how many of them are from different dudes. Each child represents a different sexual partner in her life. So the question is, do I want to take that on? Hell no. I don't want to take that on. I'm hearing good points that brothers are talking about tonight about how young black boys are growing up with a feminine energy placed on them. Young men, we grow up and we are the only stable man in our mother's lives. Out of all the men that they might have dated or been or was married to, we become the only stable man in their life because we love them. We love our mothers. We don't want to disappoint them in a lot of ways. And that starts the, if you want to call it, the simping journey in our life, because everything is wrapped around worshiping our mother. And as we worship our mother, now we're taught and culturally conditioned that we must love and worship women, and from our point of view of our mother. And then when a woman comes into your life, look what happened to me, to covet you, your mother may become, they got that thing called Oedipus complex. Your mother may become jealous or uncomfortable with another woman taking you out of her life because you were the most stable thing. You might have been paying some bills up in that household, a variety of different things. So my proposal to you, brothers, on the panel tonight and everybody listening out there is this. If we are saying that we're concerned about what's happening to masculinity in this society and what's happening to black men in particular, then what are we prepared to do to turn this around? This is my point. For me, I had black men at the boys club who got me in shape. I had black coaches in basketball and track. I was an athlete in school. I had black men in my life, in my neighborhood, the older black men, the black men at the barbershop who schooled me, told me, this is what you don't do, this is what you do. Gave me examples of masculinity from an old school point of view. So if we choose to stop this cycle, then my question is, doesn't that require us as black men to have some influence on young black males, whether it be in our own family, a community center that we may be involved in? Now, I know some of you will say that's the cleanup man role, right? Mm-hmm. Some will say that. But the question is, if you want the cycle to stop, then that means young black males need black men in their lives, which requires what? Y'all don't want to hear this. Mentoring young black men, as I have. Because if we want to stop this cycle from happening, and we know that there's women out here who have kids by men that they should have done better homework on. They're laying up with men and having these children, and we shouldn't be responsible for taking care of the children of men, or Pookie and Ray Ray, who should be responsible for taking care of their own kids. I agree with that. Okay. But I also agree that if I'm in a situation where I'm around young black males in any capacity, and if I have a chance to steer them in a direction that can be better for them going forward, as black men did for me when my father wasn't there for me, then how do we expect to change this cycle of this being a feminized world and black young men growing up catering to black women in a simpish fashion? How do we stop that cycle? Because we know Pookie and Ray Ray ain't gonna do a damn thing about it. They're too busy trying to impregnate other women. Okay, but there are some good quality young black males within this situation who can do some great things with their life, that ain't trying to be ratchet young black men, but they have black men that turn their life around. I'm that such example. What are your thoughts?
Can I take that first, if you want?
Go ahead.
Sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, brother.
First things first. It's a very dangerous game from how it used to be back in the 80s and the 90s.
Yes, sir.
Before then.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember I saw a video where a black mentor was riding some kids around in the back seat, and they called the police on him.
Mm-hmm.
I've even so much so I've walked in Verizon with my own kids, and they asked me, are all those kids yours? I want us to understand the image of a black man being around children is starting to become null and void. It's almost a abnormal thing. But that's how much statistics have played it. Now, to the brothers who are in the fight, that's good. But see, the first line of defense is if the woman wants you to be there. Because she wants to know, what do I get out of the bargain? Do I get time away from my kid? Or is this a potential baby father? But I've seen a lot of women fuck barbers, coaches, preachers, all the mentors. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a good gig. Not saying that Info was doing this. I know I'm telling y'all right now, if you want a lucrative gig and getting pussy, be a mentor.
Yep.
Be a mentor.
You'll
have all the baby mama pussy in the world will come to your lap. Because they'll see a stable man that possibly has some type of leadership that they say, ooh, that has power. I want that.
Okay, but brother, as I said before, you got to be the master of your fate and captain of your soul. If I'm there to help the kids, then if my agenda is to help the youth and not to seek after pussy, because a man that will take advantage of that situation is a man that doesn't have the right agenda in mind in the first place, and a man that is weak by the flesh of the woman. And being a real man is your ability to not allow the flesh of the woman to dominate you. What you say?
No. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying that woman has to want that type of positive influence.
That's true.
Around her child.
That's true.
If that was the case, all of us black men, we would have been back in the community a long time ago.
Yeah, can I catch up real quick?
I'm not taking from you, Info. I'm just being real.
I agree with you, but I often hear you brothers, and I'm not putting anybody in a bag here. I'm saying I often hear many of us, including myself, who speak of this simp syndrome, this disease that we got going on in our community. And my question is, if I look at things from a therapist point of view, if there's a problem, I want to know what's the root of the symptom. How can we cut that so the shit don't keep growing and permeating all over our goddamn community, or whatever we think is a community at this stage of the damn game. And I know Black Ram didn't like me using the term pookie, but Negroes in these communities that do these sort of things, what the hell do we call Black men who contribute to some of the destruction of our community? Because Black women are not alone in this. Black women are not innocent in this, is what I'm trying to say. They're not innocent.
No, we call them niggas.
Call them systematic black men.
Don't call them Ray, dog. That's my God given, man.
Call them systematic black men.
Systematic.
You gotta have a label for this.
But here's the problem, Info. Here's the problem.
BMT coined systematic black men.
Here's the problem. These brothers that are participating in this are products of the mothers too. See, here's the tricky part. I don't want to just put all the blame on Black women. I understand that resistance to doing that, but at the end of the day, she's raising both. All right, the Black boy and the Black girl is coming through her. So what that means is the simp and the whore is coming through the mom. So at some point, what we going to look? Black men are not delivered as full-grown adults to this world, in a blanket from a stork. All right, they are raised and maturated in a society that's telling them that their masculinity is wrong. They've been in a household where their masculinity is being beat down. You saw what happened during the Baltimore riots when that weave wearing, multiple baby mama having woman was out there slapping her boy up in front of the fucking world, and then sat there on TV station getting lauded as mom of the year and all that, which was a fucking joke, which was a backhanded slap to them.
He chopped his balls off right there on public.
Right in public. And this is what's happening all the time. I can show you a video right now of the sister playing around with her
cut
daughter.
Off his balls?
No. She's talking about, she emasculated him in public.
I'm about to say
she might as well have.
Yeah, she might as well have. She might as well have. Out there, he ready to fight and be a warrior. His warrior spirit's coming up, and instead of driving that into the right way and making it constructive, she want to just kill it. You know what I'm saying? And this is what being a man is in the Black community. We have the most violent woman. We have the most disrespectful woman. And we have the most wayward woman. All I've seen on Facebook is women just doing out of line shit. playing sucking dick with a straw with her son right next to her on Facebook. I mean, this is stuff that I'm seeing on Facebook by a black woman, and black women are not checking it. My grandmother would never sit back and let females act this way.
Yeah, Jay Shine.
Let me ask you this question. Go ahead, Art. I got to ask some fundamental questions tonight, but go right ahead, brother.
I'm just going to chime in too, for everybody too. We got to keep remembering the same way our sons grew up to be dysfunctional. These women are dysfunctional too, coming up as daughters as well. They have our dysfunctional sons have sisters. So some of these chicks haven't grown up either. The thing is, they stuck with the child. So the thing is, it's like, okay, yeah, we're going to criticize the way that they do certain things or whatever. But at the end of the day, we got to find some way to contribute to their growth as well, because basically that's our seed. Even though it's Pookie seed, but he still represents us a little bit when we're not around. So we got to, because at my job, I mean, a lot of our little brothers, they lost, man. They gone. And I'm like, damn, what can I say to these dudes? It's like, no matter what you say, it's weird, man, but it kind of look like they look at you like you were the father that wasn't there. So why should I listen to you now?
But here's the thing. Cerulean Gray said it best. Cerulean said it best. Women naturally adapt to their environment, and what they do is they nest in their environment. They're nesters, right? He's absolutely right. So what we got to do is we got to change the environment. All right. So my thing is catching the boys and pushing men to get on code. You know what I mean? So they can start handling business and start saying no to certain behaviors. Stop accepting certain things. Create standards. If we don't do that, then we can't change anything. We're gonna just have this circle. We keep going in. We keep going in this goddamn circle. Because you're absolutely right. Our girls are fucked up too. You know what I mean? I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Art. The woman is being incentivized to continue to be fucked up. She's being backed by a social. Look what we're doing right now. We're in a situation right now where you can accuse a man of doing something. He can lose everything. No due process. Fuck the Constitution. Fuck due process. Fuck all of that. I say so. You know what I mean? They're the flip side of white supremacy. White supremacy is basically, I'm white and I say so. Now I'm a woman and I say so. Believe her. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is what we're dealing with. It's going to get worse.
Let me interject for 10 seconds. 10 seconds, 20. Let me. Please. I share an office with a motherfucker whose hair is longer than mine. He's a white guy, right? He doesn't like the Me Too movement, right? And he's like, well, how do we have it to where you can be convicted just for being accused? The white folks hate this shit too. You know what I mean? They're trying to correct the men. I mean, the white dudes are trying to correct the women as well. So
that's why they're going out of the country too, though.
Who made a black woman made that shit? A black woman.
Because what I was going to say is that I'm right in the same ballpark with Jay Shine. Is that too many of us is trying to be 50-year-old teenagers to try to reach the youth.
Facts.
We got to set these standards. We have to set the standards.
So wait a minute now. I'm hearing a lot of standards talk tonight. Now, let me just say this. Do you think that the majority of our women and young men are like this in the black community, or is this just a percentage in our community of those ladies and young black males who are like this because the mothers that they have are not the best quality of black women? Because I have personally been in circles.
Bingo.
I've been in circles, whether it be in school.
That's all. It's a sign of the future. It's not.
Let me finish my point. CRU. I have been in circles, tons of circles around women that you would call select women, alpha type females that I have been around. You can laugh all you want. I have been around these kind of women. I have been around these kind. Matter of fact, I got one of them. God damn it. Now, look, I've been around these women through my organization, so I've seen these type of females. They do exist, of course, and then you got the ratchet ones. So do we allow the narrative of the ratchet black women to overcome our psyche that there are still black women out there who don't fit that narrative as well. And I'm not saying this as no suck up. I'm just saying that I've been around ratchet women. I've been around women that were select, and I stay away from the ratchet, and I go to the women that are more what I'm looking for. And the brothers who make those bad decisions to be with these ratchet type women, I mean, like I said, captain of your soul, master of your own goddamn fate. I'm not going to impregnate some ratchet chick just because she's got a pussy. Hell, there's a deep price to pay.
You see man's breakdown of it. He said, yeah, it's 5 levels of this, but the top level, the 5th level, knows how to chameleon all the lower 4 levels.
Okay.
Like it be like that sometimes. You think you got the innocent one that's a thought, or you think you got the bad chick that you know she's bad, but she's just lying to you. But
I understand that women, I know that women can chameleon themselves in any fashion, whether they're educated or whatever. I understand that, brother. I've been around the block for a minute here now. But let me see. If we're going to change this narrative that you're speaking upon, then doesn't the narrative mean that black young boys need to have black men teach them how to be a man?
Yeah, but that's what I was touching on a little bit, because it's like commercialized now to where you gotta speak mumble rap or something to get to your youth. You know what I mean? You got what I mean? You gotta play video games to touch them.
Yeah, you gotta know how to
all this, come on, man.
You gotta be on all that kind of shit.
Right. You gotta be on some man stuff, because basically the standard is this is where you should reach to get to A, B, and C. I don't know why people are trying to get everybody to put your hat on backwards and say all kinds of colloquialisms and stuff of today. Okay. I'm like, how is this dude gonna be a man if you're gonna my whole thing is it's damn near like, in order for you to get a person off crack, you gotta take some crack too.
Yeah, because it's incentivized, all right?
Yeah, you got
incentivized.
You got to.
Incentivized. What does a young boy want the most? What old boy want the most? He wants
his manhood.
No, he wants some sex. A young boy wants some sex, and what's being rewarded by women is to look that way, dress that way. So the girls are rewarding, by sex.
That's true.
You know what I mean? A certain look, a certain behavior.
So right? don't kids emulate? Don't they repeat
what they see?
Behavior, what they see?
Yeah. So their mother wants a thug. So the daughter wants a thug. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I agree.
Or if you have a bunch of effeminate acting or behavior type of males in school or around them, sooner or later you're going to start having young boys in this generation wearing dresses and skirts and calling it a fashion statement, right? And then you have. Let me finish, brother. Let me finish my point.
Teach you when you go find a mate.
Understand?
Meet her parents. Meet her mom.
That's true. This is my last point here too. If you look at the fashion industry, the majority of a lot of let's just say this in general, a lot of dudes that are in the fashion industry are gay males.
Male dominated.
So when it's male dominated and they're creating the clothes, you're getting clothes that are being designed from a gay male's eye point,
and we're wearing them too.
And you're wearing them. Remember that show, Gay Eye for the Queer Eye for the straight man. So then our kids that's being projected on our youth to wear these feminized clothes that come out of a gay lifestyle system from gay fashion designers trying to project an image that our kids are wearing, and then kids. What? They repeat the behavior and they begin to say, you know what? It's okay if I like girls and boys, or I'm just like boys. It's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Can I ask you a question, Info?
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you a question? When I was growing up, I had women who would dress me in a suit and teach me how to tie a tie and make sure my outfit was clear, good to go. Who's buying the outfits for these boys right now?
Let's be honest. The women are buying the outfit.
Thank you. Exactly. So the kids are being taught to dress. They don't even know how to fucking wear a suit.
Well,
I knew how to wear suits since I was 4 years old.
But it's the mothers that are doing it again.
And it wasn't just my mother's BMT. It was my aunts, my grandmother. It was a fucking bevy, a goddamn bevy of women who had standards for men. Like this what you need, boy, right here. You need to wear. All right, this is a clip on. I'll teach you how to tie later. Don't worry about it. Put this clip on real quick. You're looking sharp. You're looking good, baby. And I'll get affirmation from my grandmother like that. I'll get that cold wet kiss on my cheek from my grandmother because I look nice in a suit. Had my shoes clean and all that. That came from the women. You need affirmation. As a man, you need affirmation and approval from your women as for what is good and what's not. Just like women need it from us. That's the give and take of men and women. That's just nature. All right. So when you growing up as a boy and you're not even being taught to wear a suit, you're not even being taught that that's good, but you got your mother buying you Jordans and saggy jeans and skinny jeans and fucking jerseys and tight shirts and shirts with your stomach out, talking about that's cute, and they fucking footing the bill for it. And not only footing the bill for it, they getting the money through ill means, whether that's shaking their brother down through child support, hoeing, getting money from other niggas. So it's a whole apparatus of fuckery that's catering to this bullshit.
And it's all influenced by freaking females. Now, Brother Info made some good points, when he talked about, mentoring and stuff like that. And we talk about how, the men are, somewhat a part of it. But see, I go back to this because less than 50% of black men even have children. I think it's somewhere like 42% of black men actually have children. Now, on the other side of that, and we know that there's more women than us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
80% of them have children.
Which means they're sharing dick.
So what does that tell us? That, like Brother Jay Sean just said, they're sharing dicks. So you got all of these women who have babies by this one guy. You got 30 women with a baby by one guy. You got 10 women with a baby by one guy.
And he never gets checked.
Yes, and he never gets checked. So
we do.
Yeah, we do. We do because we don't want to go in there and mentor his 15 children that he has. This one guy.
Why should we?
I have an answer for that. I have an answer for that, brother.
We get told that we don't want to come into the community. We don't want to invest in the community and all this kind of shit. So what? This brother gets off the hook. He got 20 babies. So he's all right. We don't need to discuss him at all. Nor should we discuss these 20 women, okay? We don't want to discuss them either because, see, baby mama number 2, it's all right that there was a baby mama number 1. Baby mama number 3, it was okay that it was 2 other baby mamas. Baby mama number 4, it was okay that it was 3 other baby mamas, and so on and so forth, all the way down to 20. Now, no one wants to talk about that. Everyone wants to talk about what we should do about that, but what the hell should they do about that?
They make excuses for him too. Oh, he's having hard times. His money's not that good. I mean,
he locked up.
What?
Shit.
White supremacy made him stick his dick in all 25 of those women.
This nigga get 5 billion passes. You fuck up one time and you go to
white supremacy made him pull his dick out 25 times.
And think about this for a real quick second. Sure. Most of these guys don't have a real job, so they got all that energy to make all these babies.
You're goddamn right, because you can't tell me that like those dudes down in Tennessee where they had like 92 babies between the 3 of them. I mean, come on. You trying to tell me that you are a hardworking brother and you was able to go out and knock up 30, 40 women and all them babies like the same age and shit? Where do you find the time? Where do you find the time?
X didn't have to be the hardworking nigga. All he had to do was make them think he was the hardworking nigga.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all. That was it.
He works hard at this shit here, playing Call of Duty and goddamn.
Yeah, exactly. Them fingers gotta take a rest.
Yeah, boy. Them damn fingers look like Popeye's arms and shit.
I'm gonna say it like this.
That's getting it right. It's always somebody that's hating. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that like that's what we're doing or nothing like that. I'm just saying it's always somebody that's up there on top. We're always going to complain about either the rich blacks, or even after that, we're going to complain about the rich whites. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be like that. Who's the best on YouTube? Well, I can't get up with Tommy yet, but who's the best under 50,000? And then now we're all competing with each other. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's always some king of the hill shit going on because that's nature. That's how nature goes.
Yeah, but you're not a king of a hill. You're not king of the hill, man, if you got 30 babies out there, because I don't give a fuck what you do for a living. Okay, I had 4. Okay, I had 4 kids, right? Had to work 2 jobs and sell goddamn weed on the side to take care of them. So you can't tell me you got 30 kids out there and you taking care of them. That's a goddamn lie. I don't care what you do for a living, because you got NBA players and NFL players with 10 kids and they still getting chased down by child support. And they're making $5 and $10 million a year. So you ain't if you got 30 babies, at least 20 of them eating roaches. At least 20 eating roaches. God damn.
Let me tell you supreme prime alpha male shit, right? So, you know, even though they're in the NFL, they're in the NBA or whatever, right? They might be alphas. Maybe. They might just, you know what I mean? But the thing is, right? So they might have babies by all 30 of them chicks. Might have a couple babies by some of them 30 chicks, right? But he ran so much game on them that they don't want to lose him. They're going to go put the babies and get money or whatever off the rest of these chicks because they know he got money. They're just not going to press him. They're not going to press him, the man that gave all the rest of them girls, them babies. You know what I mean? But they're not going to press him, but they'll go press all the rest of these motherfuckers because they're not alphas. Like, dude, they got all 30.
I gotta disagree slightly. CRU. It's not that they're not alphas. It's just that the sisters are being socialized to only respect certain things. And even if you're a respectable dude, you will still get disrespected by some of these sisters. And I tell brothers all the time, you don't know your girl. You don't know your girl, man. You don't know your girl. You don't know what your girl is capable of and what she's really about. But you know me, I used to be a promoter in the club and shit. And I used to hang around athletes and stuff like that. You wouldn't believe some of the shit these women will do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You won't believe it. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, look, you can't hang a hat no more on what's alpha male based on what a female decides what she's going to respect anymore. We can't do that. It used to be that when we had women of some type of standard, and like when you had a woman who was, you know, of certain caliber and she respected a dude, and it was like, you know what, that must be a dude about his business. He must be a dude of quality if she respects him. But you can't even do that no more because these bitches respect nothing. They have no moral compass. You know what I mean? You could be a completely respectable brother. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Let me just finish real quick. You could be a completely respectable brother, CRU, and you still get disrespected by these hoes out here because they are fucking completely wayward. All right. So
I seen like that, right? I'm sorry. The last one I seen like that when I went and met bro Rob in Chicago, right? And like I went back to visit, right? And so we went to this club, right? That I didn't even know was like around the corner from my crib in the burbs, right? So we went in there, and I'm like, man, this looked like some boule shit. I said, I'll probably see somebody that I grew up with, right? We're outside. I'm smoking a square. You know what I mean? And this badass motherfucker walked by. I'm like, hey, what's up? What's up? She's walking by like I'm some dusty, dirty motherfucker off the street. You know what I mean? I called her by her name. I'm like, you know, me and your brother used to hang out. Your pop's been in my crib. What the hell are you talking? You know what I mean? I didn't say it like that, but you know what I mean? She got oh, what's up? What's up, Ray? Hey, this, that. But some of them get hollered at too much, but there's not too many of them. And she's even a lesbian. Like what the hell?
Let me I'm a coin on this. The problem is that we got going on is, first off, black men, instead of worrying about we keep trying to take our resources into the black community. It's the first problem. I understand that the black community is a broken car that just can't be fixed right now.
Damn.
Tell you,
got the parts.
The black community is a car that just cannot be fixed right now.
Yeah, we don't have the
I heard
parts.
some of y'all to hear that, but it's just you keep on parts into that car, but it's still breaking down the next week. You got to understand, it's time for us to count the losses and start building anew.
Exactly.
But if we build anew, if we build our own, start buying our own property, start building our own stuff, it's going to take a while. But see, because we have the mindset and we have the resources that we are putting together, because we're doing that, we can vet what we allow and what we don't allow in. Oh, wait, you living off of governmental assistance, you can't get a house. Oh, wait, where's your man? Oh, wait, till you can come with a man, you can't move into this neighborhood. You see, y'all don't believe me that there's neighborhoods that are like that, that literally will vet you about your living and your capability. And the thing about that is, black men, we need to stop compromising and start vetting who we let amongst us in the league. See, the problem is we're letting women tell us who's the alphas off of the bullshit. Another problem we got going on is that we're compromising on their type of buffoonery and fuckery, because they've already understand that they have to go by the contract that's set before them by their doggone system, not our system. Because the system that the black household used to have was started by a black man. Mind you, our black asses weren't part of the system that was written. So we had to make a set of laws in our home, what we allowed and what we didn't allow. But see, because after the black codes came by and we went with that fucking deal when we moved out, they signed a deal with them. And you see, the problem is we keep on trying to figure out, and I mean, brother, if you got the heart to go in it, but see, the only time I deal with black men is when they come there, bring their ass to work. Because then I get to vet, do you want something out of your life or don't you want something out of your life? And you see, that's when most of the black men who are influential with me started putting me on to, hey, brother, take that next check you get and put that in the bank. I'm pretty sure every black man here, at some point when they went to work or they were doing something with their life, a black man saw something in you and told you, do that with your money. Hey, stay away from that shorty. And that girl that's talking to you in the office, don't talk to her now. We all know what we're talking about. And you see, that's the thing about it is we can't, now it's coming to the point where we need to start being mindful. Now, if you want to go in the black community, understand you're playing by that black woman's rules. I want you to understand that. I'm going to be for real. You're playing by her rules, her police, her home, her, y'all. We don't run shit in the black community.
Her police,
okay. But it's the truth. But if you are outside the black community where she has to compete, just like everybody else, guess what? Hey, could you help my son with a haircut? Okay, send him with me. I'll show him where to go get a haircut and show him where to, probably how to keep himself up. Betty, I got this. Then she's okay. That's when you start talking with the brother, start letting him understand. So I've dealt with a lot of brothers with anger issues. Why? But they're like, damn. One boy said, man, I hate my mama. Why? Man, every time she always bring that loser around and all he do is talk about us and talk about her. And she still be taking him in the house. I'm like, damn, you see all this?
But brother BMT. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
It's the true art, but I'm saying, Art, the only way we get these kids nowadays, or we see these kids, only way how most of these fathers get to deal with their children is when they leave from that woman and then they get hands-on experience. See, that's the thing. That's the reason why it's hard where we're being told for us with the brothers with the resource to go back in. But we're not hearing them saying they're sending them out to us.
Yeah, because I wanted to add to what you're saying is that when those moves are being taken, these sisters got to be willing to break the spell.
Yes,
they got to break that hold, because a lot of brothers are there to help, but sometimes they got it's that. I think someone said there's an estrogen tank before, so they got to get out that estrogen tank. They got to let that go so these guys have become men. That's why we always have these conversations about feminizing males. And matter of fact, it's being commercialized. Hell, is in hip hop.
Yep.
Brothers, would you ever think that we'd be talking about feminizing things in hip hop? Hell no.
A woman took her son away from me, coming around me, because she said, "You got my son sounding like a white boy."
Wow.
You got my son dressing up like a white boy. I bought the boy 2 pair of Dickies and some goddamn slide-on shoes and some shirts to go join. I'm not sure if y'all ever heard of FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America. I paid out of my own money for him to go there. I paid for the application. She said, "You ain't gonna have my boy acting and joining some white cracker society." I said, wait. You telling me this is something that they look at in colleges and you would rather pull him out? Because I want him, because you gotta understand, this is where some women don't mind as long as their boy is bringing in money and hustling in the street. This is why for those who go in, they got to be ready to do some self-sacrificing. It's self-sacrifice when you're a father. It's self-sacrificing when you're a mentor. It's damn sure you're suicide when you're playing stepdaddy. But
Hey,
see, out of this, they ain't gonna make it. I'm being for real, man.
I went through the same shit. I got my daughter, right? She's in advanced school. She speaks 4 languages. By the time she was 11, 12 years old, right? Her mama tell her, education don't mean that much. You need to be with family. I looked, what the fuck is you talking about? Man, that shit don't make no sense. You know what I mean? What is they doing?
But this is the shit you hear, because when you have this kind of nonsense, okay? Because I had to get custody of my youngest when she was little, so you hear this nonsense from these women, because see, it's sort of like, and we've had this conversation before, and I know some of you brothers are ex-military. And, we've talked about young men, going to the military or something like that. And the first thing you hear these old mamas, the first thing you hear them say is, "Oh, I don't want him to go to the military. He might get killed." Then he walk out the damn house and get shot in the head on the front porch. It's like, I mean, it's like the most, it's the
face at the grocery store.
Stupid things, man, that you hear from these goddamn women, man, concerning these children. I mean, it's the stupidest shit you could imagine. I thank God I wasn't raised by my mama. I loved my mama, but let me tell you something, man. I'm so glad that my father fucking raised me. Okay, because right now I'd probably be, if it wasn't for him, I'd be dead, in prison, on crack, goddamn homeless, eating roaches. I don't know. God damn it, because there was so many of us. So there's 9 of us. So I can imagine what it would be, what it would have been like if it was 9 of us and just my mom. I could imagine what that shit would have probably been, because I see this stuff, man. I know some women who got 5 and 6 and 7. Okay, and man, those kids' lives are horrible. They live a horrible fucking life. Now, is it every single one? Probably not, but it's too goddamn many. It's enough for it to matter. And for us to sit around and act like this shit is just normal for black folks is BS. It's not normal. The shit shouldn't be this way. God damn it, it should not be this way. And if you ask me, I blame these old mamas, not just because the kids fell out of their old funky hole. I believe it's mostly the mama's fault, because if she have these kids, she don't even make a goddamn effort to get them a mentor. She don't make an effort for them to get on the football team or the basketball team or down at the boys club or the YMCA or karate coach or an uncle or a grandfather. Yeah,
makes it to the league. She'll take credit,
because that's how it go. If he get out there and he's shooting folks in the head and selling crack and going to prison, the first thing she'll say is, I don't know what's wrong with that boy. But you let him mess around and make it to the NBA, whole bag ass will be standing up there with him talking about, I raised him right. Meanwhile, she ain't throwed him one basketball, one baseball, probably ain't even bought him a goddamn basketball, let alone took him somewhere to play with it. But she wants all the credit for him becoming some damn professional athlete. And most of those boys who are raised by these old mamas, Okay, when they do become a professional athlete, you know why they became it? Because some man came into their life. He came into their life, gave them counsel, gave them discipline, gave them instruction, gave them training. Her black ass didn't have nothing to do with it. Because while that boy was out getting trained by some man, she was somewhere chasing another goddamn penis.
But X, I carried him for 9 months.
Yeah, you know.
Let's ask I want to ask the question. And Info Man, you a psychologist. I want to ask you this question. All the men that you talked to and counseled in the prison, how many of them have wanted their son to follow them in their footsteps into the prison?
None.
Do y'all know any man that wanted his son to follow his footsteps, to hustling, being on the street, struggling, dealing with a single mother? Did y'all ever hear any man tell his son to follow him like that?
From the prison, right? You saying that someone is in the prison that said, I want my little homie to do what I did on the streets?
Yep, I want my little homie to sell these goddamn kilos and risk his baby mama and his child just like I did. How many black men do we know want their child, want their kid to follow them?
I haven't known anybody, but I heard stories.
But why do we hear it from the opposite side of the fence, where they say, I want that bad boy, I want that thug?
There's a sisterhood of failure. That's why.
I mean, y'all can say I'm making this up, but we've heard them.
Yeah.
They've normalized failure. They've known anything that can go wrong, anything that's not right, they've made acceptable. Well, why can't she? Or why can't I do this? Or why you care about that? Why are you worried about this? All that shit is when they're pushing aside some fuckery. When you hear that kind of talk, you hear the woman push aside some kind of fuckery, some shit they don't want to own up to, some shit they don't want to deal with because they have low standards. All right, and that's what I mean by being men. We have to create standards. How we create standards is saying no. There's certain women, like, Information Man said something poignant that I wanted to circle back to, and I might as well say it now. He talked about, select women. I know there's select women out there. I don't have no ratchet females around. You can't be my friend. I have a Discord server, and there's no females in that server who are ratchet. Even virtually, you can't be a ratchet female around me. You understand? You can't be a ratchet bitch around me, period. I don't even accept it in my circle. I don't accept it in my life. I don't want to converse with you. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to know you. And on a good day, I might just want to hit it, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I really don't even want to touch you. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I mean by creating standards, man. Like, we got to stop hanging around, allowing, I don't care if it's family. I don't care if it's a coworker. I don't care if it's a chick you went to high school with. If she's on some bullshit, let her go down there and hang out with what Black Ram would call Thuggo. Let her hang out with Thuggo. All right? You take your ass somewhere else and you hang around your select women, because at the end of the day, we're going to have to build with somebody. And we're going to have to turn to certain sisters who got their shit together and work with them. But here's the thing I want to say about select women you got to be careful about. There are some women who got their shit together and who are very feminine, and they're not on the bullshit like a lot of other sisters. But they're a small group. They're not the majority. I want to talk about the majority of Black women out here who are fucking up. All right? I don't want to talk about the majority of Black men who don't have children. See, that's what's happening to us. They painted Black men with a broad brush of being deadbeats and all that bullshit when the majority of Black men don't even have children. So we arguing from their point of view, which means we almost lost the argument already. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're arguing from their point. So you already lost the argument. That's why I don't over deal with females most of the time. I'm a dictator. You know what I mean? I'm going to do as you say type thing. I want to work with other brothers so we get on code and start working on a new culture. We did this shit in the 80s and 70s, 80s with hip hop. We brought something new out, and it got hijacked, it got infiltrated, whatever the case might be. But that was us as brothers coming out with something new, starting something new. It was a whole culture, a way of dressing, a way of talking, knowledge of self, learning. You know what I mean? It was a lot of shit we infused in hip hop in the beginning. If you listen to it, talking about what's going on in the streets, talking about the shit we're going through. You know what I mean? We're having a conversation with each other. And that's a good thing that we have right now on YouTube. But the bottom line, in real life, I'm still seeing brothers fucking up. I'm still seeing brothers rewarding women for bad behavior. What I mean by rewarding women is that you're giving them a man, you're giving them a protector, you're giving them somebody who's giving them good dick on a regular. Everybody act like women doing us a favor by giving us pussy. Y'all brothers don't understand what y'all doing to women when y'all stick that scepter inside of them. You understand? You are releasing all kinds of chemicals in their brains that's satisfying them. So to me, it's an even push, all right? You satisfy me, I'm satisfying you. You're not doing me a fucking favor by being here and giving me some ass, all right?
Man.
What I need you to do is be a woman and raise my children correctly, be a good example for them, and don't pass on the bullshit that we get from the society. That's what I need you to do. I need you to stop siding with white supremacy. I need you to stop siding with the system. I need you to stop trying to come up off of me and treating, and by trying to come up off your band, you teaching your daughter or your son, wayward behavior. Think about what I'm saying. You using the father of the child is being used as a come up.
Oh, I feel you, brother, because we are wasting our validation. Because we supposed to be validating the sisters that's taking care of business. But for some reason, I think we do that sometimes, but I don't think we do it enough.
No, we don't do it enough, man.
I
would love to sit here and talk about the women I love, Art, and the women I'm cool with in my life, the women I converse with day in, day out. But that would be selfish of me. For all intents and purposes, personally, I don't have no problems. I have custody of my daughter. I have paper. I have a good career. You know what I mean? I have cool women around me that I've selected to be around me. And I'm good. I have no reason to come out here to YouTube and complain, but that would be selfish of me to ignore a whole problem that's happening with my people. A whole problem that's creating a condition that's going to create the boys that my daughter got to select from. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the takeaway too that I'm getting from is that, some of these chicks that we're talking about need to be replaced. They got to be replaced.
Yeah,
so
they need to be replaced with women that are decent. They need to be replaced. They need to be replaced with women that are actually going to do right, raise the children right, know their place, not just according to their man, but according to society in a whole. They need to know their place there too. I wouldn't want to. I'm glad my kids are adults. Okay, I'm glad they all grown. Even my baby is grown. My baby is 20. Okay, I'm glad I don't have no kids by none of these old ratchet hoes you see on Facebook.
Wow.
You see on Facebook and Instagram.
That's my mama, man.
Twerking and all this old kind of nonsense. I mean, because see, I would be forced to take them. I would be forced to take them because I have the resources to do so. I would be forced to take my kids. If I'd have messed around and stuck my penis in one of these old raggedy trap house hoes, done made old crazy mistake. And I look up and I see her on Facebook twerking and my damn little son is holding the camera. I got to go and get this kid. Now, okay, I got to go and get that kid. That's why I say it may be time for brothers to do the nuclear option. Just take these kids away from these fucking women, man, if they ratchet. If she's a good woman, fine. If she's a decent woman, fine. But even with that, watch her with a close eye. You make sure that you in that child's life. But if she's an old ratchet, man, and she's a ratchet, man, get your goddamn kid, man. I don't care what you got to do. Get your goddamn kid away from that woman, man.
That's right.
Because DMT said it best, man. Like, these chicks are lapping up with multiple men. Like they baby mama number 4, 5, and 6. You said the same thing about how they got multiple women with one man. See, those women know that he can't come get all his kids. They know that. Yeah. If you baby mama number 5 or baby mama number 6, he's not going to come get the kid from you. So all he is now is a check, a sperm donor, a check. And now you got a story to tell. Now you can join the Sisterhood of Failure and talk about, me too, girl. Oh my God, these niggas ain't shit, girl. Oh, girl, man, I called that nigga the other day and he talking about he with his girlfriend. He got to take his kids to the park. I'm like, what the fuck's that got to do with me, girl? Crazy talk.
Yeah, straight crazy.
They want to be in this cabal of nonsense where they got to be hurt all the time. They got to have the Mary J. Blige song playing in the background. You got 14-year-old girls running around talking about niggas ain't shit. This is being taught. This is a behavior and an attitude that's being passed down and given to these little girls. All right. And it's being validated, like Art said, by us.
Yeah.
We're
Because
validating them.
we've sucked up a lot of female influence ourselves, many of us. Because for us to think like that, we're not thinking like men, man. We're thinking like goddamn males who are influenced by the women that are in our lives, the women that we date, our old mama. You know, we influence, we have this female influence all over us. That's why we're not trying to get out there, man, and get our damn kids. That's why we're not trying to be in our kids' life, take them from these old hoes. That's why we're not doing it, man, because we've been taught that mama's supposed to have the kid because mama had us.
Yeah, look what happened to Usher.
Mama had us.
And what happened to Usher and Ludacris when they went and got their kids? Look how the black women went in, like they don't have a right to fight for their custody of their own children, because that's not how the game was supposed to go. The game was supposed to be, you give me your fucking sperm, I get a fucking meal ticket, and then you take whatever bullshit I give you, nigga. That's the game. And you know, and look what happened. Wendy Williams getting on TV, on national TV, condemning brothers for just fighting for custody.
Yeah,
this is real shit, man, that we're dealing with, man. They're showing the bullshit. So even if you step up as a black man and say, you know what, I want to be the parent. What do you mean you want to be the parent? That doesn't mean the deadbeat. Yeah, that doesn't mean the deadbeat niggas ain't shit narrative. Oh, I see what you're doing. You wanna just take a child from a mother. They shift the argument to some other shit. You know, and it's real insidious what you're seeing from them, because it should kill the whole debate. When a brother step up and say, you know what, I'll take custody, I'll raise the child, that should eliminate all kinds of fuckery from everybody who's not attached to the situation. The only person who should be mad is the bitch that's not going to get paid.
Exactly. But they do this as if, you know, because I know I went through this shit when I got my daughter. Okay, I mean, I had to jump through all kind of hoops and spend all kind of money and do all kinds of nonsense, but I eventually got full custody of my daughter. And when I did it, I was the boogeyman, you know. Oh, how could you do that? How could you take that girl away from her? What the fuck are you talking about? She's a lousy parent. Like, I mean, just because she got tits, ass, and a pussy doesn't make her a better parent. It's we got this thing where, you know, automatically, no matter what kind of woman she is, no matter how much crack she smoked, no matter how much of a drunk she is, no matter how many Negroes she got tracking in and out the house, guess what? She's still the better parent than you, no matter how much you got going on. And at the time that this was going on, man, I was working a really, really good job, had my own condo, had 401k that I still got to this day, stock options that I still got to this day, doing good for myself. And man, the courts, man, they were fighting me because the judge was actually asking me, why is it necessary for you to take custody from this woman? I'm saying to myself, really? So I should just let her have my daughter so my daughter can grow up eating roaches and shit. Like, come on, man.
Hey, X, you know the ruthless question they asked me in court? The judge asked me this shit, right? Did you sell your daughter to your father?
What? What you say, man?
Hold on, what he asked?
That is exactly what the judge asked me. 10 years after I got custody, my daughter's in Africa. The judge said, did you sell your daughter to your father?
Wow.
Where the fuck did you get that from?
She got thrown off the case, but still the shit she did, her ruling stand, but I still got custody. But I'm talking about it like it's retarded. I had custody for 10 years.
And they would rather the child grow up with the mother eating roaches
in Atlanta than speak 4 languages where she is right now.
Yeah, they'd rather the child grow up with the woman in some old ran down goddamn 1-bedroom apartment. Your child and the other 9 siblings that she got by the 9 other people, okay, eating roaches and freaking sleeping on the floor and living in some old funky stinking ass apartment that's full of rats and bullshit. They'd rather the kid be there than come with you, no matter how good your job is. I know, I lived that shit. They didn't give a fuck how much money I made and that I had my own fucking condo. No, we don't want them. We don't want the baby living there. We want the baby living with her old mama, who ain't nothing but an old hoe bag. Okay, leave the kids home by themselves. Shit like that. They rather the kid be there instead of with you in a nice, comfortable home full with food. You got medical insurance and all kinds of bullshit going on. You know, can take care of the kid and all that shit. Make sure the kid get all the medical shit done. And
somehow they still want your child to live in the slums. And
they want your child to grow up in the fucking ghetto.
Plus everything. Like what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
They have the money and
they want your child to grow up broke, okay, like their old mama. That's what they want your child to do. They want your child to live in that old ran down apartment, okay, where she could keep the lights on and keep the water running and shit like that. They want the kid living there. They don't want the kid living with you, not the motherfucker with the job and the money and the health insurance and shit. No, we don't want the kid living there. We want the kid over there, goddamn starving to death and not eating for days at a time with their goddamn feet hanging out in shoes.
They don't want you having dominion.
Yeah,
they don't want men having dominion. This is about.
Crust their face and all that kind of shit.
It's about power because at the end of the day, women just want to do what the fuck they want to do.
Exactly.
That's all this is about. It's all it boils down to. They want to fuck who they want to fuck, wear what they want to wear, dress how they want to dress, act how they want to act, say how they want to say, emote when they want to emote with no fucking fail safe. And they get to say, well, I was upset. And then everybody's supposed to accept it as like some fucking rational, legitimate reason why they do what they do. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. And the reason why it persists is because at the end of the day, all men want to do is get some pussy.
Yep.
And we've been taught this bullshit nonsense that it's manly to shut up and say nothing. It's manly to just let it go. It's manly to just let
You're supposed to be the strong, silent,
being a man. That's being a strong. Yeah,
strong.
What kind of man are you to even worry about that? You know why? That's all shaming language. The bottom line is this: I'm a fucking king. You understand? And in my kingdom, I speak on what the fuck I want to speak. I speak on the men. I speak on the women. I speak on the children. I speak on the fucking roaches, rats. I speak on everything because I'm the king of this shit.
That's right.
You understand?
Brother, I know you want to get in here, man.
I've been listening to the conversation, and the brothers are making just excellent points. I just think once again, we as black men, we just got to take command of our own lives and don't allow our lives to be defined by women, how many women we have, how many women we're giving attention to. We need to give attention to ourselves first and figure out what we like. What is it that makes you happy as a man? What makes you wake up each morning? Because if you're giving your attention to just it being a woman to define being happy, you've already lost. Because one, you have to love yourself first. So I think that's the strategy that we need to take. It's just men. And as long as we've got this sort of ratchet, let me just say this, because this came to my mind right now. I believe that social media, Instagram, and all of this is the worst thing that's happened for us as black men and for women, because it gives women an over sense of themselves, because they can put pictures of themselves out there on Instagram, and there's always a thirsty knucklehead, a Captain Crunch type Negro.
There's that word, Captain Crunch Negro.
That will give them attention. And I think I heard O'Shea say this one time in one of his shows. When we on these social media, stop liking the picture. Stop putting like and saying, I like you. Stop giving them attention on social media, the women that get on Instagram showing their butts. Can you imagine if every man in America would stop giving them attention, how that would affect the psyche?
Exactly. Take it from them. Take it from them. You know, and I know you brothers that weren't here earlier. I wanted to show this to Art, you know, CRU and info. I wanted to show y'all this post I came across yesterday. This is the influence of women. This is what we turn into. This is our mentality now. This is how we socialize now. Look, I's married now. Hey, brother, you got a ring? Yeah, I got one, man. I'm married, nigga. What the fuck is going on, man?
That's worse than the wave cap challenge.
Yeah,
this is real shit, man. This is what's going on with us, dude. This is what's happening. We can't avoid it. There's no compromise with this bullshit. There's no compromise. There's no, well, it's her side, my side. Fuck all that. I'm dealing with facts. I'm dealing with the damage and the repercussions of what we have allowed to happen to our people for the last 50 years. And this is a culture, man. This is what you see of it. There's this skinny jean shit, niggas wearing dresses, motherfuckers running around here looking like, some hair rock band from the 1980s and shit. This moist bullshit that's going on with our boys. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers can't fight, so they're popping guns all the time because they're a bunch of bitch ass niggas. This is what's happening to us. Now you got motherfuckers crowding around with drinks, talking about, yeah, I got my ring. Look at my ring. Yeah, we married. And then here's the part that you really need to really understand. They did this to show black women. This is kowtowing. This is simping on a whole nother level. They didn't do this to show other brothers. They did this for the women. This is for a women affirmation. This is for female affirmation. That's what you're looking at.
True. True.
That's how deep it is, man.
I think we've made the mistake of not only being influenced by too much female energy, we've also made the mistake of letting women dictate what our position is as a man. We've let them dictate that, and we've also let them dictate what manhood is and or is supposed to be. And I think that we've done that far too long. I think that we've done it as a collective for the most part. And I also believe that we have allowed them to influence our up and coming men. Okay. We've allowed that as well. We've allowed them to influence the children. That's why we have this so-called toxic masculinity or whatever they want to call it. Because see, what goes on, especially if a kid doesn't have a father in his life, whatever bit of masculinity he tries to show, his mother is going to deter it. She's going to dissuade it. She's going to try to beat it out of him if necessary. Okay. So he'll grow up suppressing his masculinity, and he probably won't be able to express it until he's out of her clutches, so to speak. So, and that's usually when he's older, when he's 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, and it may be too late. I don't think you should be just gaining your masculinity when you're 20. Okay, I don't think that's a good thing. I think that's what happens with these brothers go out here and they shooting folks in the head and shit over a pair of sneakers or stabbing somebody over $5. I think that these brothers are finally getting a chance to so-called express their masculinity, but they're going about it all wrong, because the whole time they were growing up as young men, that masculinity was suppressed. It was suppressed. They didn't even have a chance to channel it growing up. So when they get a chance to kind of express their machismo, if you will, they express it all the wrong ways, man, because they never had the freaking they never had the chance to channel it growing up with their old mama. They never had that chance. So now that they're out there in the world, they're 16, 17, they got a little pistol in their pocket. Now they want to show you how tough they are. Now they want to show you how much of a man they are. Because, see, this is one of the few times that they don't have to suppress that inner masculinity because they're away from their old mama. You understand? I guarantee you, all those young boys out there shooting and killing and stabbing and doing all this bullshit, I bet you they doing it when they're away from their old mama. I guarantee you.
Can I give you a contrast? Because we talk about this suppression. Look at white society, in America, and how you hear over and over again, boys will be boys. White boy shoot up a school, boys will be boys. White kid gets killed by pledges and, and pranks and all that shit they do in college. Boys will be boys. White boy rapes a little white girl. Boys will be boys. They understand the aggression. Now, am I saying should we allow our boys to be rapists and all that? No, I'm just giving you the flip side, because in our society, you can't even tell the truth about your experience with your own mother. You can't even say my mom was a hoe. You can't even say my mom neglected me. Well, you can't say that about your mama. You can't. Matter of fact, You can't say it about a stranger, a black woman you don't know. You go online and say, hey, you know, sisters out here wayward, or you on some bullshit. Ain't your mama black? Yeah, it's a shaming language that we've been raised in, where it suppresses our aggression and our masculinity. Where on the other side, you're seeing ultra masculinity. You know what I mean? You're seeing out of control masculinity, where white boys are getting away with rape. Actual rape, you know what I'm saying? They getting no time. You know, they're getting away with murder. They're getting away with beating people up. That's why the police are allowed to do what they do, because it's an extension of their masculinity and their dominance over other people, over society as a whole. You know what I mean? And we don't train our sons to have dominion, so they can go out here and compete in the world and go out here and dominate. They want you to be subservient. That's why these sisters will run to the Democratic Party and get ahead of you, run to these jobs, get ahead of you, and then talk shit to you about how you don't have any power, how you don't have any jobs, how you don't have this, and that, and I'm doing so much better than you. We killing it in the game and all that bullshit when you're just basically getting ahead of your own man. If you were pushing your man out there and supporting your men, you will have a completely different environment where you be protected, your kids will be protected, and you have more men out here on some real shit and not on the sim shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the contrast that a lot of people don't look at. You look at white society, you see all the shit that they men get away with, and look at the shit we can't get away with in our society. And most of the shit we can't get away with is dealing with truth. We can't even speak facts. We can't even tell the truth. This right here, what we doing is controversial in the black community. We point out some real shit. We talking about shit. You can everything we talked about tonight. We can show hundreds of videos about it.
Goddamn right. We can pull them up.
We can show evidence about it. It's not even saying we're pulling our ass. We're not being emotional, and exaggerating. Yeah, thousands of fucking pieces of evidence to prove what we're talking about. We're talking about a real fucking problem.
Yeah, we can pull them up.
This is controversial. But over there on the other side, rape culture is for real. You saw Kavanaugh. You saw what them boys in. These are boys of high class talking crazy about females and their little and putting it in little books and and stuff that that you can find now. Why? Because they value it. These motherfuckers are 50, 60 years old, still holding on to yearbooks because they value it. That's the good old days when we call it hoes. You know what I'm saying? This is how they get the rock. And they get to be Supreme Court justices and politicians. You got a man sitting here talking about grab bitches by the pussy and got all kinds of lawsuits on him and about women and all that. And he's the president. Meanwhile, we going after R. Kelly when they fucking funky ass mothers and aunts brung women to him. You got one dude and 50 women, but the dude is the problem. The black man is the problem.
Well, that's because we as a people, okay, in black society, we are groomed. We are groomed in a setting where, like I said earlier, mama can do no wrong. Okay, like I said, mama can smoke crack. She could be a drunk. She can leave y'all home by yourself for a week, not feed you, don't buy your clothes, don't spend money on you, drag her boyfriends in and out the house, and they molest you and all this kind of nonsense. And she's still mama. So when you grow up as a young man out in society, guess what that means? You still have that vision of mama in your damn head. So now you have been groomed and trained. You have been groomed and trained that women can do no wrong. Why? Because you saw your mama do all this bullshit that even as a kid you knew was wrong, but you were taught to not think it was wrong. So what the hell you gonna think when you get out there in the world? You get out there in the goddamn world and see the same exact shit. You're gonna think the same exact shit because see, you watch your mama smoke crack. You watch your mama be a drunk. You watch your mama be a whore. You watch your mama left the house. She was gone for 5 days. Y'all was in there. Y'all had to split a loaf of bread and goddamn a box of raisins between 6 of you. But when she came back in, she was still mama. So we deify our mothers. Mom is the goddamn golden calf. No matter what she does wrong, she's mama. Okay? That's where you think these brothers get this shit. The black woman is God nonsense. Mama is the golden calf. She can do no wrong. No matter how much she fucks up your life and hers and your brothers and your sisters, you still have to say mama is great with all that shit she's done. But a man, if he's your father, he can do one thing to you. That's leave. Leave your black ass mama alone. And he's a villain. He's a deadbeat. He's wrong. He ain't shit. All of that. You understand? So it doesn't matter what mama does. It's you've been taught to accept it. And that's the same way, that same female influence is that way with a lot of these sympatrons out there. No matter what these hoes do, you are to accept it. It's all about protecting mama, man. That's what it all boils down to.
Yeah.
Protecting damn mama.
Yeah, they're not building societies. They're not building anything great. They just want to go out here and do what they want to do, and that's their claim to fame. That's the end game. Just being able to do what you want to do, and you did that, girl. You did that. You know, and that's that's the end game. Being able to be a whore. You know, being able to just do what you want to do with no repercussions, and it defies all logic. And you got brothers out here co-signing this shit.
And what I would like to say too is that for those people that are listening, thinking that we bashed and do whatever, these women exist. They're out there. So instead of sitting there acting like you haven't saw anything, why don't you be able to go out and see these sisters and tell them what's up? Because you know from what's right and wrong, and so do they. So what the part I don't like is that the stuff that we're talking about, I mean, this stuff really exists and it's really a big problem. So, you know, instead of sitting there being defensive and labeling people that's giving you the message, we seen this stuff. We experienced these things. So why don't you go out there and be a part of the solution instead of the problem? I think that's another thing that they overlooked is that, you know, there's a lot of stuff happening that's affecting our community, but it's not being addressed because people are so much on the defensive. This stuff is real.
It's real. It's realer than we want to think. It's more pervasive than we think too. I mean, is it everybody? Of course not. It's not everybody. It's not every single person. Not every old mama, okay, is old crackhead and a drunk. But enough of them are to matter. Enough of them are, okay? Enough of them are to matter. Enough of them are to screw these children up. Enough of them is to put enough influence in the so-called society of black man to leave a hole in it, man. And that freaking hole is a black hole, because some of the people who fall in that hole, man, they can never get out of it. I mean, never get out of it. Yeah, we need to understand that shit. Go ahead.
Put up another photo because this is what it is, man. Y'all see it. It is what it is. We're going to keep acting like we don't see this on Instagram all day. And think of the boldness to put this out and project this to the world, you know, with no repercussions. They're not even worried about being judged. Think about that. What I'm saying, it's not even that it's happening. But I'm going to take this picture, put it out to the world on Facebook and Instagram because I don't see nothing wrong with it. This is how fucking far gone they are. I got worse pictures than that, but I don't want to shut your screen down. I don't want you bringing in your shit. I can go crazy in here. You know what I'm saying? I can show y'all flag. Exactly. I ain't trying to get you flagged. I just want you to get to that. I just want you to get to the point. And here's the thing that I really wanted to get to tonight, and it slipped my mind. And I actually want to ask Infoman if he's still there. I want him to give me his opinion on what I'm going to say next. I want to, because I like his commentary on some things. I'm in Germany right now. For brothers who don't know. When I watch German TV and I see what they put out as black, and I listen to German radio. When I listen to the German radio, only thing on the radio out here is Migos, Tekashi, 6ix9ine, what's that brother, Future, and it's the worst, the pill popping songs, etc., etc. Only thing on TV, even though it's in German, is Love and Hip Hop and Basketball Wives and all that bullshit. So this is what they're projecting to the world. What's happening in America, we're in a kind of in a bubble. We forget that, you know, inside our bubble, we still have good women. Yeah, sure. But we're not looking at what's really being done by Viacom, what's being done by BET, what's being done by the sisters who run these organizations and put this stuff out. Because a lot of people behind it are black women who put these images out because this is power for them. The power of them is being sexually free, doing what the fuck they want to do with no repercussions. But they're projecting this image to the world. So if you bring your ass out here, sister, to Germany, if you bring your ass out to, you know, Bulgaria, Hungary, you know, Czechoslovakia, wherever you want to go, Czech Republic, excuse me. You bring your ass to Turkey, you bring your ass to Italy. No wonder they treat you like a thot. You're being projected as one. This is very serious, brothers, because I have a daughter. This is how the world sees my daughter, what you see on the screen right here. Playtime is over.
Yeah, shit don't make
Enough of the bullshit. This shit is not light shit. It's real serious shit. And there is no other side. I'm not compromising this situation with no fucking whore. I don't give a fuck what them females are talking about on quote unquote black YouTube. Fuck them all. They selfish bitches. Don't say you're gonna sit here and talk on panels all day about what black men need to do and what black men ain't doing when you got this kind of shit going on in black female society. You clean black women up before you even open your fucking mouth to a black man. Real talk.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. I mean, enough said.
I think the brother made a powerful point, because when you go around the world and travel as a black man or black person in general, people get most of their information about us through our mass media here in the States. And most of what's on TV that projects black people's images are either that we're loud, we're out of control, our women are out of control, our women are jumping around, flopping their ass up and down. I don't even know when the hell all this tweaking shit started, but we got women flopping themselves down with over tight pants. And then most of the images that you see on television now are feminizing, putting black men in a feminized look. And then you've got the black women being seen with white men, these interracial type things. So when you go over to other countries, I have to ask the brother on here, since he's in Germany, are black men being laughed at when we go to other countries? Do they laugh at us and say, you can't even control your women? I mean, is it also putting a stigma on black men too, brother? That's my question.
It is. And I didn't want to get into that because then people lose the message. You know what I mean? And you know what though? But I'm gonna go there, because when we talk, when you have that, this is the fucked up thing about our society information, man. We can't even fight for our own selves. We got to go somewhere else to find legitimacy, right? What I mean by that is that if I will sit here and say, this is making black men look bad and this is making it hard for the black men, it will look like all I care about is black men. What I care about is us as a total and what's being projected out to our people. But yes, when I go out here and I deal with the Turks and I deal with some of these other brothers from the Middle East that are out here in this country, they have this automatic lack of respect for us. But that's not just over here. It's in America too. Black men are laughing at us. We are a fucking joke. So when these niggas go out here and simp and act like they're getting coochie points and trying to get the approval of these females, you making us look crazy. Other men in the world don't go through this kind of shit. I'm over here. Look, there's plenty of hoes in Europe. These women out here are fucking. They're doing what they want to do, but they don't do it out in the street in front of their children. They even got prostitution is even legal here. But it's done with class and it has this area. It's not right there on the fucking street. You can go to any hood in the street and watch women walking around looking like prostitutes. Tits, ass out, you know what I mean? Attitude, just loud as fuck, wayward as fuck, going in and out of niggas' houses, looking at dudes like they something to eat, talking about they being objectified. They objectify black men. They treat us like fucking bedbugs. So the world, to circle back to your question, the world is laughing at us. We're not taken seriously at all as men. Because look at our women, look at our children, and look what the world's projected, and we're allowing it. We're allowing it. The Jews would never tolerate what goes on there. They would never tolerate a channel that puts them looking out like that. Look what happened with the West Virginia, how West Virginia shut down that TV show on MTV when they were showing the kids, in West Virginia, wilding out, getting drunk all the time and all. They shut that shit down, even though that shit is true. West Virginia is a fucking shithole. It's white trash university. But they still had enough presence of mind to say, you know what, we don't want that on national TV. We don't have that mentality. We soak in it. We soak ourselves. We soak our feet in ratchetness. We sit in it. We love it. I just watched a video earlier where the whole club floor was covered with money at a strip club. I'm like, what kind of black men are we, man? This is in Atlanta. Of course, the home of the simps, the home of the trick. Because they talking about, it's a culture down here. Nigga, you tricks. I'm not taking thousands of dollars to no fucking one building and throwing at some goddamn dirty ass bitch. Ain't gonna happen. We supposed to be building. How are we building as men and we throwing money away like that? And we proud of it. We promote it like we did something. That's female influence. You're thinking like a bitch. And you trying to man it up. You trying to dress it up as some manhood type shit. Ain't nothing manly. Yeah, man, we did our thing last night, nigga. Your ex, nigga, I dropped like 10 stacks on those, nigga. You sound crazy. You look crazy. Every society has gentlemen clubs. Japanese have them. Chinese have them. Indian people have them. They have them over here in Europe. But it's regulated, man. When men are tired and they want to go just fuck a bitch and put some money down and go fuck a hoe, they go to a certain place to go do that. They don't do it in the middle of their neighborhood. So our circle is right back to men about having standards and having, dick management and having dick discipline. It comes back down to us because the females are not going to do it. They're getting away with too much. It's too good for them, and they don't understand the long-term consequences. They don't get that. Now in 2019 in Germany and somewhere in Europe, you're being projected as bottle-throwing, hair-grabbing, loudmouth cursing, wayward bitches. And over here, they don't censor shit. You can cuss on TV over here. You can show tits over here. So when the bitches are fighting, their titties fly out, they don't blur it out over here. This is real talk. This is real world ramifications that's going on. I hate to bring the mood down, but this is serious shit that I'm seeing. And it disturbs me. And for our so-called mothers not to care, that's why I say so-called, because where's your nurturing bone? Where's your nurturing energy? Where's your nurturing spirit? Where's this goddess spirit? You God, you supposed to be black woman is God. Where's that at? We don't give a fuck about your future. We don't care about the children. You don't care how you being looked at. You don't care how you being projected. All you care about is doing your own thing, acting like a thug bitch. Meanwhile, if I slap the shit out of you, you're going to cry like a motherfucking child. You see what I'm saying? It's bitch-ass behavior on the highest degree. And we're not shutting it down. It needs to be shut down. Harshly. There is no compromise.
They think it doesn't matter, man. They think none of this shit matters. I mean, they absolutely positively think that none of this shit matters because they've been taught that it doesn't matter. Then you wonder why all these old ass 75-year-old goddamn women who live in a goddamn apartment with 9 locks on the goddamn door and a bunch of cats and plants, and you see at the store she still got that goddamn whole twinkle in her eye because she fucking 75 and she's still thinking like a 25-year-old whore. And you wonder why it's so many of them just walking around in this damn world because they done used up all their youth, their beauty, their fertility, and just wasted it on bullshit and screwed up their children's lives and probably most of the men they came in contact with. And now they just old ass bitches walking around with the damn whole twinkle in their eye, and they're 75 and probably would still suck a dick if somebody would let them. God damn, just crazy, man. But this is what we have.
Shit is nuts.
This is what we have, man. This is what we have, and we have this, and it's pervasive in Black society. Yep. And it's like we don't get it. I mean, brothers on this panel get it, okay? A lot of brothers on YouTube get it, but I think for the most part, man, a lot of us don't get it. Why do you think we get so offended when we talk about this kind of stuff? You ever notice in Black society when you start to talk about shit that really takes place, shit that really happens, the first thing they say is you're cooning, you're shucking and jiving, you're a Sambo, you hate your mama, and all this kind of nonsense. You hate yourself, you hate Black folks, all this kind of nonsense. When you start talking that truth shit, you know, now you can tell all the fantasy stories you want, you know, shit that don't matter and shit that's just absolutely unreal. You can tell those stories all you want. Boy, they applaud you, you know. If you talk that fantasy island shit, you know, with Mr. Rourke and Tattoo standing down there in their damn white suits waving at the plane, you can talk that shit all. Yeah, you can talk that shit all you want, and Black folks love you. But once you start talking about old crack smoking mamas, okay. And once you start talking about how mama let 3 of her boyfriends rape her damn daughters, when you start talking about mama not giving a shit about your education, your life, your health, where you lived at, how you ate, and a lot of us can relate to that shit. So we know it's real. It's not like we're making this shit up. We can relate to it, man. We know it's real. But for some reason, that shit bothers us more than anything else. You know why? Because once again, it goes back to the goddamn female influence. Because, see, in Black society, when you have people controlling it who live a damn life of fantasy, live a damn life of irresponsibility, live a damn life of no accountability, what do you have? This is what we are. This is what we expect. This is what we expect. This is what we live, man. This is what we think is life. Okay. This is what we think is life. So anybody who bucks up against that and tells the truth about what happened to them and what happens to others, tell the truth about the effects that it has on these children, tells the truth about how people are ending up uneducated, dead before time, in prison, living in poverty, the truth about it, that's when everybody freaking gets upset. That's when everybody gets mad. They get angry. They can't stand to listen to it. Why? Because we're not supposed to air the Black folks' dirty laundry. I call bullshit on that. You know why? Because all the people out there who claim to fucking love Black people, who claim to be pro-Black, who claim to fucking be all about us, if you really love Black people, man, you need to love them enough to tell them the goddamn truth. Because if you sitting around lying to them, you don't really love them, man. You're just trying to stroke their fucking egos. And I don't believe in stroking people's egos, man. You know, you gotta love Black folks enough to tell them the truth, man, even if it fucking hurts, man. Because we talk this uplifting shit, man. Most Black people don't want to be uplifted anyway, man. Most Black people want to be lied up to. There's a difference. They don't want to be uplifted. They want to be lied up to. They want this crack smoking ass woman with 6 damn kids. She want to be told she's a queen. That's a fucking lie. That's a lie. These fucking people who out there doing all this bullshit and destroying Black neighborhoods, they want to be told that they're great. That's a fucking lie. You understand? I mean, we gotta hit the. I mean, man, we gotta hit the proper chords on this shit, man. We have to do it, man. And sometimes some of this shit is going to hurt.
Yeah, and it's got to be heavy-handed and consistent, man. It can't be. It's like it's fighting a war. You can't fight a war half-assed, man. It's all the way or not.
Goddamn right.
If you're gonna turn this shit around, we got to turn it around. We know it needs to be done. Fortunately, there's still a handful of sisters who understand that, and some of them can't handle the rhetoric, but they know in their hearts what has to be done. Because the truth of the matter is, the person that's hurt them the most and disrespected them the most in their life has been another woman. Yep. Whether it's fucking a man or talking crazy about them or putting them down. Because if you keep cultivating this wayward behavior, out of control behavior, all you're doing is creating monsters. And these monsters have been snapping back at Black women. They've been dealing with female monsters. All you do is watch women beating the fuck out of each other on YouTube or what's that shit again? That Wall Star and all that. You know what I mean, on Facebook. Oh, that's all you see. It's sisters, bitch. It's something wrong with her. You're not helping her by letting her be the way she want to be. Nope. You're not. That's not the way we're supposed to be. She's out of nature. She's out of line. You know what I mean? She's out of balance. And because she's out of balance, we are. Look, now I'm going to say something that's probably going to throw a lot of niggas back. The reason why I bang so hard on the female side of things is because I understand her power. I know a man's power, our strength, our ability to build, our logic, and everything that comes along with being a man and being a leader, our leadership, and all that kind of stuff. But the woman has a power too. There's a design to this. And that's what the powers that be understood. By destroying the community after the civil rights movement, they decided to destroy our community through the woman, through feminism movement, through welfare, through the jobs programs and all that. We want to employ her, not him. They started pushing talk shows and they pitted us against each other. And sure enough, she went full tilt with the game. And it just is what it is. All right, it just is what it is. We got the video evidence. We got Sarah Raphael, Jesse Raphael show, and Donahue show, and and all those talk shows, and Oprah, and we got all the footage of black women just coming out to the main, to the main TV audiences, which is white America, and just throwing black men under the bus.
Yep.
This is not something that I'm making up. All right. Black men never had that platform. This is as good as it's gotten for us to come on YouTube and be able to talk the way we're talking right now. This is all we've ever had. And this has happened recently. So for the last 50 years, you had nothing but messaging from society that threw black men under the bus. And you were a man, a real man, if you said nothing. Black men do be fucking up. Yeah, you right. Black men ain't taking care of it. Yeah, you right. Black men don't take care of their kids. This is what we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Enough is enough. It's bullshit. It's a lie. Most black men who have children are involved in their children's lives. Even the CDC has learned that when they did their studies.
To the tune of like 67%.
It's ridiculous, man. So it's a bullshit argument this time. Won't you stop sharing dick, or like what Black Ram would say, stop sitting here running after Thuggo.
Thuggo.
I love that shit, Black Ram. Thuggo, bro. You know what I mean? So I want to ask Information Man a question. What do you, based on what I just revealed, with the international thing, and you asked me a question about how we're respected as men. What do you think we should do? I'm curious, man. Like, what do you think we can do to fix this shit, man?
I think Brother Info left. He's still here.
I'm here. I'm about to get off in a minute, but I think I laid it out earlier tonight, brother. I just think that we've got to, myself, these women that are out here behaving and acting like this, I'm staying clear away from them. I don't care how much pussy they offer me. I turn them down. I'm not going to like their photos on Instagram and Facebook and such like that. Not going to give them any attention. I'm going to gravitate myself when I choose. See, a lot of times, brothers, it should be when you choose. I will gravitate myself towards a proper woman that I have vetted over time when I choose. Not because they show me some ass to entice me, when I choose. I'm the damn man. So, and I think that's what we got to do. And just the bottom line is, how do we punish the situation? We punish them by not giving them the attention that they don't deserve when they don't add up to what we want in our lives. Period. We have to discriminate for the best. I hate to say it, but it's got to be said. We got to discriminate for the best, black men.
I say that shit.
Discriminate for the best. So, Brother X, thank you for having me on here. It was good chopping it up with y'all. You're making a lot of great sense tonight. But I think this is one thing that makes me a little pessimistic, though, brother. We still in this place called North America, American society. Mm-hmm. And as long as the culture of this society is twisted, I almost hate to say that it's almost like when you were a child, your parents taught you right from wrong, right? So your nature is that right from wrong, right? But the environment that you're in, your peer pressure on you. Right. And so even though we as men want to change what's happening with our women, is the bigger society greater than the moral compass that we have for our women? Is the morals that we want them to have and standards that we want them to have, is it not powerful enough to overcome the wickedness of the society that we live in? That's what I would say. Yes,
I would say yes and no, Info, and I would say this. I want to add what you said. What you said was very powerful, but I would say yes, we do, because you know what? When you step back and look at it, when black women are going out looking for mates and looking for some dick, they're still around black men.
Yeah,
they're still at the club with us. They're still at the church with us. They're still at the barbecue with us. They don't have options like that. They can just go out here and compete like that for other men. That's why they look the way they look, because they fucking standards is, they're not out here competing on a higher level. So they still out here fucking with black men. So we're still validating their behavior and how they look. So I think we can control it internally to a certain extent. But you're right. The overall environment, is sick.
And that's why a lot of our women get highly upset when we are either with white women or we go after other women of other races, because one, they've always been taught that white women are more attractive than them. And so black women have a self-conscious about that when they see brothers with white women. But in general, that's why they're concerned, because as much as we may criticize them and the things that they do, and they may criticize us, deep down inside, they know they really want to be with us. That's why you can have women who were swirling around with white men, right?
Yep.
Sucking on the white cock. And then they gravitate themselves back to the black community or around black men. And they're trying to ingratiate themselves with us because deep down inside, whether they want to admit it or not, they still have a sort of a love for us, an endearment to us. It's just the problem with it is that they want us, but they don't want to give us cooperation. Like I told the woman that I'm involved with, and she's a wonderful sister, but I told her straight up, I want cooperation, goddammit. And she's on my program, brother. And you know why she's on my program? Because I never let up in letting her know that I'm running the goddamn show. And I do it not only by my lip, but I do it by my actions, how I carry myself. And most women that have their shit together, they will succumb to masculine energy. That's what they really want. But the minute you start being Mr. Nice Guy and Mr. Whatever you want, sweetie, no, God damn it, we're going to dinner at this time at this restaurant. This is what's going down. I'm not capitulating to a woman and saying, well, where do you want to eat, baby? See, that type of behavior is what's gotten us in the problem. We got men who can't make decisions, and we got women making decisions for us, pulling up our trousers for us. That's crazy.
Yeah, because they're scared to take the hard line, man. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've always been taught that. I mean, my woman, she's known me for like 2 decades, so she know I take a hard line on all my shit, and so do my daughters and everybody else. I mean, they part of my clan. I ain't part of theirs. They got my last name. I ain't got theirs. Right. So I take a hard line with them. And they you mean, Dad, you're mean. Just that I'm realistic and I'm not falling for your bullshit. That's what I am.
You know what that's going to create, though, in your daughter's brother X? Because, you're shaping the ideology of what manhood is and what a man is and father is to them. They, whether they realize it or not, they will be looking for men in their life, if they're not already in relationships. They will be looking for men who have the same mentality as you, because you're setting and putting the imprint on your daughters or daughter.
That's what I hope, man. I hope they do. I mean, shit, man. I don't want them to be 75 years old and still have, that whole twinkle in their eye, because they're still living out some fantasy and shit, from when they was like 25 and shit, I don't want that shit to be happening. So, I mean, that's what it is, man. When it comes down to it, man, a lot of the shit that takes place, man, is because we fucking allow it, And
with that said, brother, I'm about to jump off the panel. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for coming through, brother. I appreciate it.
Hey, Jay Sean, I gotta occasionally try to get some of you brothers over to my channel so we can chop it up this on a variety of different subjects. This is very good. Very good.
Okay, let me know, man. Hey, my email is jseanrandoms@gmail.com, dude. Whenever you're ready, man. Whatever you need me, let me know.
Oh yeah, this is very good, brother X. Keep doing this, brother. We need this. This is therapy for brothers. We need to have these type of sessions.
Oh yeah. Every Thursday, we're going to do it.
To you too.
We're going to do it every Thursday.
Fantastic.
Peace,
hey,
brother.
X, man, I got to roll too. I
know. I'm about
to be a parent. It's 6:41 in the morning.
Yeah, I know. You getting ready to hit the you getting ready to hit the world. I'm getting ready to hit the damn sack. But I appreciate you coming through. You're my brother, man. No doubt. You already know what it is, man. I talk to you behind the scenes on the other side. All right.
All right, brother. One.
All right. Peace. Yeah, about to close out. And, let me go ahead and take Brother Obsidian off of here because I think his ass sleep or something. But, yeah, good conversation tonight with the brothers, man. It's always a treat to have all the brothers on. Good conversation tonight. A lot of feedback in the chat room. Y'all know I always appreciate that. I mean, I want to thank all of y'all for coming out tonight, man, and spending some time with us. and watching us as always. But we at the end of the show now. So what I need you to do is get on down there to Prophet of Thought series on Facebook. That's Prophet of Thought, one word, series, the next word on Facebook. That's our community page. Go ahead, like the page, share the page, follow the page. You can even leave me a message. I always answer within 24 and 168 hours. But anyway, get on up there. Check the page out. You can always see what we got going on TPOT. And also you can find out what we got going on right here on the TPOT YouTube page. And also you need to jump on over there to the TPOT bandwagon page. That's a personal page. You can actually send that page a friend's request. Go ahead and send it a friend's request. I'll make sure that it gets confirmed quick. And while you're doing all this Facebook stuff anyway, you might as well get on over there to the Prophet of Thought series fan group page. That's right, the Prophet of Thought series fan group page on Facebook. Go ahead, request to be a member. You guaranteed to get in there quick. If you run into a problem getting into the group, just drop old X an email. I'll make sure you get in. I tell y'all this all the time. Don't feel bad if you can't get in, because believe it or not, OX shit be getting blocked sometime. My shit be getting held for review. You know, I'd be like, what the fuck? Why my shit can't get through? You know, it is my fan group, but I don't admin it. So sometimes there's some problems. People can't get in the group. So y'all know what to do. Just go ahead and drop old X an email, and, you know, I'll talk to my admins, make sure they get you up in there. Also, get on down there to WhatsApp. Check us out there, and Instagram. That's right. It's Prophet of Thought on Instagram. That's Prophet of Thought on Instagram. Go ahead, follow us on Instagram. You guaranteed to get a follow back. And here we go again. God damn it. Here we go again. Get on down there to Twitter and follow us on Twitter. The Twitter handle is at TPOT Media on Twitter. That's at TPOT Media on Twitter. Go ahead, follow us on Twitter, or I will haunt your damn dreams for the next 3 weeks. Or 6 weeks, 9 weeks. Anyway, I will haunt your damn dreams if you don't follow us on Twitter. Once again, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and I want to thank you for showing up tonight and spending some time with us and watching us. And I also want to thank all of my distinguished guests for coming through tonight. Brother Jay Shine, Brother Obsidian, Brother Art Style, Brother CRU, Brother BMT, and my boy Info Man. I appreciate the brothers coming through and jumping on the TPOT YouTube page for DXL, Dark X Live. So, with that, until next week, that is, I will leave you with 3 words. Like I always do, open your minds. And we are out of here. Y'all.
Dark exit.
Peace, folks.
Think about this. Dark exit. Stop the shit. Dark incident. Only from TV.